Yeah, I'm having a bad day. I don't know what it is. I slept last night, but I'm having I'm not healthy right now.
I can't believe that. You seem healthy.
No, our inspector put me in a shit mood about health.
I bet you think you now have cancer or something.
No, I'm honestly, I got a pain right here.
Let me see.
Where? Right here where your liver is.
You're always worried about your liver.
Yeah.
You're not drinking that much, are you? Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, what, you've been on a binge?
No, I'm not on a binge. I just, I don't know. I feel terrible. I don't feel healthy. I feel awful. I gotta
lose
fly.
some weight.
I gotta fly tomorrow again.
Oh, here we go. Where are you going tomorrow?
I'm gonna go down to Miami. Thank God I go to Miami. But
I was gonna say that's a terrible thing. You gotta go.
Well,
to Miami?
I go down here to work.
You're so miserable. I mean, why? Are you
I go down
doing
to work.
So
I'm
many
gonna
gigs?
go. I'm gonna go down here. What am I gonna do?
Enough with
go to the
gigs.
set of Marley and Me and watch Jennifer Aniston and Owen Wilson kiss? I'm gonna sleep in my fucking dark apartment all day because I'm tired.
Well, what's wrong with that? Maybe
Nothing.
Get out and have some sun and warm up.
Yeah, but I don't want to go in the sun.
Why do you think we have Benji here? You know he's your future liver. We're just farming his liver until it's ready for you.
I follow those stories a lot about I want to get to the front of the liver line.
Is this one of those days where you think you're dying?
I don't feel good, and it's probably because I overeat.
He was eating I was going out of style this morning.
I overate today, Rob.
What'd you think of that new sandwich we ordered from Pump? I liked it.
You know what? I got the same thing you got yesterday. It fell apart on me. The same exact thing.
Yeah.
Did it hold together better for you today, Howard?
Yeah.
But I got it. I got it in my mouth. I got it up in my mouth.
Yeah.
And
maybe you're just too full right now.
I had 2 cupcakes.
You think you have gas? Look at the stains all over your shirt. It looks like from all your eating.
It's a mustard stain.
Where's that from?
Wow.
That's from that sandwich we ordered.
The sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh. Artie spilled it on himself. You could see what Artie ate. Just look at his shirt. You need an enema. Do what Robin does.
I think I do. People tell me to get a colonic, and I'll feel better.
Now, what did
Imagine
you have?
what'll come out of you.
Oh, my goodness.
What did you have first thing this
I might
morning?
get that rookie Pete Rose card I lost. Huh?
What did you have first thing this morning?
Yeah, what were you shoveling in there?
I had, it's terrible. I woke up, well, here's what happened. This is why today started bad for me, because I woke up at 4 o'clock, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I get up at 4:45. So I went in, and I started watching the John Adams thing on demand, and I had 2 pieces of pizza left over from last night, cold.
Oh.
And I couldn't fucking resist it. And I ate 2 pieces of cold pizza with 3 fucking huge glasses of Coke.
That's before you got here.
That's in 45 minutes?
Yeah.
That's the warm-up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And then I went
3 Cokes.
And then
solid carbs.
So in the shower, I felt like shit, and then I got here, and it's Cupcake Wednesday, and I've been good most of the Cupcake Wednesday.
Good.
But I was. And then I sat down, and I had a Hawaiian punch and my bagel.
Oh, is that what you were eating?
Yeah.
And you had already had a cupcake, too.
No.
And then I had a cupcake.
So you finished off the bagel with a cupcake.
Right, exactly. I had
You washed down the bagel with the cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How many cupcakes did you eat so far?
I had 2 of them. And
They're big, though.
They're huge.
They're enormous. And I had my...
To the size of 5 cupcakes. Let me just tell people that.
And I had my cake, my cupcake, which is fighting AIDS. I had it's I don't know, it's too much. I got to rethink it, because on top of all the icing on top of it, there's chocolate buttercream filling in it, and I get
It's too rich.
It is a little, and I get to that, and I was licking that, and
So that's 3. That's the third cupcake.
I don't see that on your shirt.
Throughout our inspector's interview, I
looked
licking.
over during our inspector, and Artie had the paper, the sports page open, and there was such eating going on, such tremendous food going in.
So then I had a coffee, and
Right.
then I had a Pepsi, another Pepsi with the turkey sandwich.
So tell me if I have this right. In the last 5.5 hours, since I've, my computation tells me you had 2 slices of pizza, 3 Cokes, a Hawaiian punch, a bagel, 3 giant cupcakes, a Pepsi.
Two cupcakes.
All right, 2 giant cupcakes, a Pepsi, then the sandwich.
And a third cupcake he just licked, apparently.
And another soda, 4 sodas.
4 sodas. That's just in 5 hours. And you got the whole rest of the day to go.
I honestly don't.
I would guess that's 10,000 calories.
No,
No, easily.
not.
Of course it is.
It is not.
So 3
10,000 calories.
Are you serious? How many calories do you think there are in a Coke?
There's a. I
You
got
have
it right
giant,
here.
and you have giant size. How many calories?
What's like physically, my body's rejecting something right now because
You're sweating
It's
profusely.
about time.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel good.
You want to go lay down? Go ahead. I'll finish up the news. Go ahead. You don't look good, and you're sweating.
No, I just gotta. I can't.
Look in the thermometer.
Yeah,
look at the
you're
side of your head.
I know. Whatever. Anybody who would live up to that scrutiny?
Look at the side of your head.
But
I know.
Artie, you're not doing anything. You're sweating.
You're like Benji.
I know. I'm stressed though because I can't get fucking comfortable in this chair. I'm trying to get
You're
comfortable.
very heavy right now. That's why. You
No.
might be over 300.
I know, and
He might have just eaten himself over 300 in the last 4
You
hours.
might have just tipped the scale. That's what. Do you
And
want us to get a bigger chair for you? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm trying to lay down and get the mic next to my mouth, but I can't.
You want to get a bed in here? Do you want to do the show from a bed?
No,
Is that what you're saying? Because you're practically in bed right now. He's going to fall and hit his head.
No.
You can't lean back in that chair like
Why doesn't
that.
he lay on the couch? I'll get him a
Lay on the couch and I'll get you some headphones. Go ahead.
No, this is fine.
Dude.
All right. Look at me.
No, I'm actually all right.
All right.
What?
Go lay on the couch.
No, I'm okay.
You know it's funny
Howard.
when you fall asleep.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not gonna lay. I'm gonna lay
And
right
then
in front of you on a
we'll wake
couch.
you up with the air horn. It's funny.
No.
Go ahead. You bang your head.
Anybody got a blanket?
No,
Benji,
you know
do you have
what?
a blanket?
Today's the one day where I agree with you. I ate too much.
All right. Do you get gas?
Yeah, I'm Tom. Oh, I'm in bad shape right now.
You want to go lay down?
Like I feel like my arteries are hardening.
You want to go take a dump? Maybe get it out?
See, that's the thing. No, right now I can't shit,
Maybe if you stand up, the gravity will pull it out of you.
and I have to. Oh God, I gotta cancel the rest of my day.
What did you have
What'd
planned?
you have?
I was gonna write the book, but now I can't do this.
You can't do that
That
today.
poor book.
You're in no condition to do your book today.
I gotta call the poor kid and say don't come again. I do that every day to him.
How far are you in the book? How many pages?
Actually, we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You need to make a nap. You need nap time today.
Right, I got the
Yeah.
tryptophan from the turkey again.
Tryptophan?
All right, let Robin do the news. So,
Yeah, let's go.
you know,
Come on, let's snap it
Ralph
up.
thinks he knows what's wrong. What is it, Ralph?
My favorite line of the show today is Artie saying he might have overate.
I might have overeaten.
No, you overeat. It was all complete shit. There was nothing.
It's all carbs.
No, he had one good sandwich in
This
there.
pub sandwich is good.
I get him the sandwich.
Oh, by the time that sandwich went down the gullet, it was poisoned.
You know what
You
I
think
did?
that- do you
Here's
think
what
the 10
happened. Here's
sodas-
what happened to me yesterday.
What happened?
Did you have stress?
I had to go and meet a friend of mine, and
Everything gets you over the edge.
What happened? What happened?
I told the kid to fucking be there on time, and he wasn't, and I was next to this Wendy's for like an hour, and
That's not fair.
I went and I got.
I'm so
Is
sorry.
every place you meet near fast food?
Well, there's pretty much fast food everywhere, so.
Yeah, in Jersey.
Artie's surrounded.
By the way, because Artie is in the reclining position, I'm talking to Artie's bald spot. I can't tell you.
Is he laying down?
He's laying down, and the back of his head is like.
Well, you never
facing-
look at me when we talk.
I'm looking at you now, and all I'm seeing is the back of your head.
I'm all right.
Artie, you're Walter Hudson.
No, I'm not. I
Kind
just.
of looking Walter Hudson-ish right
He's
now.
trying to recline in that chair as much as he
I'm gonna put
can.
a Santa hat on him and take a picture.
So I had a Wendy's triple, which is the worst.
Do you want John Hine to take your blood sugar
No.
right now? Blood sugar.
No, who
Blood sugar,
fuck-
blood sugar.
No.
Come on, we gotta know. I bet it's all-
I
it's
don't
an
want.
all-time high.
It's an inaccurate reading.
Hey, Howard,
What?
I'm looking online. I'm on a thing called SeriousEats.com. They're saying that one of the Crumbs cupcakes is the equivalent of 3 slices of pizza.
So, how many calories?
A
is it?
slice of pizza
It
is
doesn't say
613.
calories. It just says
All right, slice of
So,
pizza, 613
So
calories.
a
Is that
cupcake would
right?
be 1,800 calories.
No.
So,
Artie,
right,
you
so he's had 3.
No.
You've
So-
had a million
I
calories.
So
had-
wait,
so
that's
let's do
two. He's
Because I've been
almost
trying
had
to figure it out.
6,000 calories right there.
Because a can of Coke is like 100 calories per can. So has he had 4 cans?
Yeah, it's 400
Okay, so
calories.
that's 400 calories. He had
getting
a
sicker.
couple slices of pizza. That would be 1,800 calories. How many cupcakes?
3.
3 cupcakes.
Two.
2, and then he
You
licked
just
the
licked
icing.
the other one.
He licked it.
No, two.
Okay, so
Wait, and Artie, what else did you have at Wendy's besides that triple?
I had fries and a Wendy's Frosty.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man.
That Frosty is like eating ice cream.
Was that it for the night? or
It's
did
so
you-
fucking good.
What else did he have today?
No, I had a chicken parmesan and pizza.
Oh, my God.
Chicken parmesan and pizza.
He had the same thing Don
Wait a minute,
DeLuise
chicken,
had.
so that has the cheese.
Right.
And again, it's another carb. I mean, he had the chicken, which is protein, but the carbs are killing him.
And you know with chicken parmesan, you can barely find the chicken. It's all bready.
Really?
No, I mean,
Breading
sometimes you
and
can
cheese.
sometimes you can get a good slice of chicken, but if you're eating that, damn.
Oh, please. It's all breading and then cheese and then on bread. It's like...
No, it wasn't a sandwich. I just got it in a plate.
Yeah, but you ate it with pizza.
Well, good man.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask a question?
Just this morning is
Gee, I
6,000
thought-
calories.
I thought you had it on the bread. I didn't realize you were watching yourself.
And I'm sure it's like gigantic.
All right, whatever. You can make
leave
fun
him
of me all you
alone.
want. I'm sorry. So, I don't have the greatest eating habits.
When you said
And I do think he suffers from metabolic syndrome.
What is that?
What Robin
Well,
has.
your waist is larger than your hips. That's one of the signs.
right.
You mean the waist, my human waist is larger than my hips?
I think so, isn't it?
Thank you, Ralph.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you got a problem on your hands.
Hey, Howard.
You mean the waist? What?
So, Artie, when you said you had 2 slices of pizza left over, does that mean you ordered a whole pie and ate 6 last night?
No, I got 4 last night with the chicken parm.
Was that a full
You mean they
pie
brought
or
over,
just by
no,
the
they
slice?
brought over 4 slices.
Right, half.
And he ate 2.
two
And
was
he too.
sausage.
Why don't you just get a whole pie at this point? I mean,
The sausage pizza at this Uptown Pizza. In
Oh,
Hoboken.
sausage pizza. That you got to add more calories.
oh,
I
my
thought it was
God,
a
you
cheese
had sausage
pizza.
on that, too?
Well, you can't have just plain. It's dinner time.
It's
Well, he's
so-
eating it with chicken
I thought he was
though.
going with the chicken parm, and that
Do
was
you eat the
vegetarian.
pizza first, or do you eat it with the chicken parm?
No, I have the chicken. I eat the chicken parm first, and then I eat half of the slice of pizza, and then I use the pizza slice to dunk like bread
Into the Parmesan sauce?
into the gravy. Yeah.
Yeah. So you dunk the pizza into the gravy?
Yeah.
It's not enough? The flavor isn't enough?
Oh, it's so because sometimes you get little pieces of the chicken,
Sometimes the chicken gets mashed in with the sausage on the pizza?
and you have no idea. I look. My place looks like a hermit now because I'm since I'm just living alone. Basically, I moved into my kitchen. All the office
Put your
stuff.
bed in the kitchen. Right next to the fridge.
All my office stuff is
Smart.
in my kitchen, so I can watch the plasma TV.
Could Howard TV get
Yankee games in
You got
HD.
that house you just bought. Aren't you going to want to be in a swimsuit this summer and enjoy the water? And
Yeah, no, I am.
Yeah.
swimsuit?
So you're going to want to slim down in the next couple of months.
I have to.
Yeah.
I got to do something.
Well, you're on the right track.
I can't
Artie.
keep. I can't keep living.
Well, he could have ordered a whole pie. He didn't.
No, I'm saying I can't. Like right now, I can't get through work. This is torture.
Is the apartment littered in pizza boxes?
Yes.
Oh,
Your mom's not in there cleaning for you?
No, I don't know. The Mexican comes.
So why doesn't she clean it?
Well, she now she's got to come twice a day.
You should just start shitting on the floor, see if the Mexican woman will clean
Like
it.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, just to see who cleans it.
Christ.
An apartment covered in feces.
See what you can do to get her to quit. Here, look. Here's the cupcake. Here, this will be on the website. I think the Crumbs Vanilla Cupcake at left has 780 calories and nearly 36 grams of fat.
the fat.
36 grams of fat.
I
Yeah,
don't eat that in a day.
780 calories. So he had 2 of those already.
Right.
So
Wow.
That's 1,800 calories.
And you think you might have overate?
No, the cupcakes are what did it.
Yeah, it was the cupcakes. It wasn't.
All right, thank you, Ralph. Leave him alone.
I'm sorry.
I was trying to digest. You can
I'm
see.
sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry, Artie.
I also need a haircut.
Oh, yeah, that's the least of your worries. Your haircut.
He does. It's a little unkempt.
I'm going down to Miami, and it's gonna be all hot down there.
Yeah, haircut will help, Artie. That'll bring you.
All right, thank you, Ralph.
Hey, Howard, if you want,
Yeah.
a television show, just put a recliner in the band area for Artie.
Yeah, Artie, go lay down over there. Look what they set up for you over there. Come on, let me help you out.
Yeah, I was looking
Look
at
at
him in
that.
that chair. It almost looks like he's in
look
bed
at that.
now.
You're going to go nuts over there. Look what they just set up for you.
That's way more comfortable.
Look at that recliner. Did you look?
Oh, Artie, that's comfortable.
Although, don't move to the left or to the right.
Yeah, and don't fall off.
I can't look that far.
You want
Come
to
here.
disturb his position?
Jason, can you
get
wheel
up
him
out of
over?
that chair and get Artie into the recliner?
Oh my God!
Go ahead. You're going to be in heaven. This is nice what they did for you. Don't say the show doesn't love you. Get over there and lay down and
Go to sleep.
go make night-night. And you know what? I promise, no air horn. No. Look at that recliner, Robin. Isn't that beautiful?
I see it over there. It looks really comfortable.
Is that going to be comfortable enough for him, though? Because
Yeah, he'll like
might
it.
not be long enough.
Go see if you like it. Sure. Oh, get out of here. Look
Try
at that.
it
That's
out.
ergonomic. ergonomically made. What's the matter with you?
But this is like yoga shit or something. I'll never get out of this.
It's gonna be like a turtle.
Good. All right.
Wait a minute.
He's gonna try it though.
Is it safe?
It's not gonna fall.
No. He might.
He's got to slide down into it.
Oh man!
Oh
wait! Oh
I
shit!
told you you'd like it.
It looks like an undersized child seat.
He's in it.
That's not good.
How does that feel?
Actually, that feels fucking
I
fantastic.
told you you'd like it. All right, close your eyes.
See, you couldn't get
No, I'll
comfortable
still do
before.
it. Give me
All right, give him a microphone and then.
He doesn't have headphones. He won't hear a thing.
I could think of jokes better this way.
Here's some headphones for you and relax. Is that helping your digestion?
Yeah, give me a headset so I
funny
can make
if you
fun of
just
some
shit his
people in the news.
Here, how's that? Oh, man. How do you feel? You better?
Shit. Oh God, that mustard stain is high up. Oh.
Hope you didn't have any meetings today.
All right. Robin,
give
what's
him a
in the
nice
news?
pillow. Set him up. I don't want
He's
to.
comfortable now.
Put it up here.
Give him a nice big pillow.
Does he need any oxygen?
Oy vey. Artie, what's going to be?
That's going to roll off. He's going to fall.
Dad,
You want Will to rub your feet?
No.
No?
I'm gonna feel like I'm in the tickle chair. All right, thanks, guys. Go ahead, dude.
Either you're going to be a backrest or not. That's not going to stay.
No.
All right,
Will, hold his pillow for me.
You need a pillow. That's not going to do it.
get a regular pillow. Get that yellow pillow over there.
Will, hurry up and get him a pillow.
Does anything smell like Brianna Frost?
If I could put that Brianna Frost on top of you right now,
Forget
you'd be
about it.
happy.
You kidding me? Fuck that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, you okay
I can
now?
do the news like,
All right.
wow, this is so much better.
Keep that pillow on there.
Yeah, lift up a little bit, Artie. There you go.
Oh, Artie almost did a sit-up. Give him a Santa hat.
Oh, come on.
You
Now
need
you're-
a sleeping
Now
hat.
you're just making
That's
fun
a
of me.
sleeping.
That's for when you go to sleep.
All right.
You know how the Three Stooges wore a hat when they slept? They had like those big hats.
Those pointy things.
All right, you all right now, pal?
Yeah, I
better?
actually, this is fantastic.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead, Robin.
What's
This
in the
is
news?
Artie's new work area.
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
All right.
If you fall asleep, go ahead.
No,
I
I'm
don't want
here.
you dropping dead on me.
No, thanks, man. Oh, man.
Oh, he's
Here's
got
your
a blanket.
You need a cupcake.
I'll tell you, radio is great.
He's got a big blanket on him. The light's too bright for you over there, Artie?
Honestly, I've never been this comfortable at work.
I told you that. Sure, that couch is good.
Yeah,
Wow.
look good.
We don't have an eye mask, do we? Maybe.
Yeah, the lights might be too bright.
Yeah, the cupcake.
Nah, see, I can't. That's the thing. I would love to eat. It's going to be at least a half an hour before I could eat.
Oh, my
Good for you. I like your willpower.
It's like swimming.
He just turned down a cupcake, Rob.
Yes,
Here, go
that's
ahead.
good. He must
All
be
right.
in pain. Kristen Davis of, they have you seen some of the publicity that the girls from Sex and the City
I don't believe it's her.
are doing?
There's a thing on the internet they were
Yeah, but
saying.
have you seen them?
No.
They have dolled them up because I've seen them in the years between Sex and the City and now, and they weren't looking all that great, but the other day they had Cynthia Nixon, who I suppose was the least hot of the group.
Yeah.
She looked fantastic.
Which one's she?
She was the redhead?
Yeah.
The one looks like Bozo.
Who's dating a chick who looks like Danny Bonaducci?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well, anyway, Kristen Davis, there's now reports that she was in a sex tape that she made several years ago, but she is denying that those pictures that you see and video that you see on the internet is her.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of her, and it was claiming it was her. I didn't think it was her, but it is a girl who looks like her, licking some dude's penis, licking it real good. And I know it's not her. She looks way too uptight to be doing that.
But I'm not out of line. The redhead admits in her real life she's gay, and she's
Yes.
right. And
Yeah.
she's, you know what her girlfriend looks like? I'll tell you, her girlfriend looks like Rusty Staub.
Well, is that really dating a girl?
Isn't that a good look?
I'm saying, why not just get a dude if you're going to date Rusty Staub? But that ad campaign for that movie is going to be so sickening. They're going to be all over the fucking place. Oh.
They already released, they say that Sarah Jessica Parker has made $25 million since leaving Sex and the City.
How so?
Because she has a ton of endorsements. She does a hair care thing. She has her own fashion line. She sells
She's also
perfume.
the producer of that thing.
Yeah,
She did
but
the
this
TV
is
show,
just,
too.
the money she's made since the TV show ended.
Wow.
They say that Kim Cattrall is next in line, having made $10 million since the show ended. And then the other two, Cynthia Nixon and Kristen Davis, they get about I don't know, made $3 or $4 million since the whole thing ended.
Wow.
So it was a cash bonanza for all of them, but especially so for Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, that show has sold more DVDs than any show. It like blows shows away, and I'm sure she has a piece of that. It sold like 400 million DVDs or something.
I mean, that sells more than The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Really?
I saw a list, and it's like in first place by like a ton.
Wow. More than the Seinfeld series and all that, huh?
That's what it said.
Wow. Did you see the pictures of Charlie Rose? He was, I guess, on his Channel 13 or public television show, and he had a big black eye.
And a bandage over his eye.
And they say that it was not a brawl, that he...
A brawl. If he got a brawl, he'd be dead. He's an old guy. He's an old skinny man, Charlie Rose.
He says that he fell.
Of course. His hip gave out.
Who do you get into a fight with, Larry King?
Yeah. No, Mike Wallace beat him up.
Thank you.
Morley Safer.
He took a fall at 59th Street and 5th Avenue at around noon on Saturday when he accidentally stepped into a pothole.
Right.
He loved the headline that this was from a brawl, but it was actually a fall. And he said he never considered taking time off from the show, so he just shows up just like that.
All right. What else you got there, Robin? Anything?
Barack, oh God, what happened?
Artie's asleep.
I don't believe it for a second. He's faking over there.
No, he's not.
You think, no? That's awful loud. Jeez.
I told you he'd be out if we put him in that chair. You think that's fake? Sorry.
Oh, he just moved. He woke
His hat
himself
woke
up.
him
Artie, you don't have anything to say about that story?
I heard. Sorry, man.
What woke you up, the hat?
I'm sorry, what are we doing? Oh, God, this is too comfortable, yeah.
It's 2 p.m., man. Time to go home.
Oh, feels like it. Oh, yeah.
Did you see that Simon Cowell was on the Oprah Winfrey Show?
I got to pack later.
Oh, geez. He's got to travel. He'll never make it. When are you going to the airport?
Go back to sleep. I'll handle the
Tomorrow I
rest
got to go to the fucking airport.
Oh, it's tomorrow.
of it. He's going to back tomorrow. What did you say?
Oprah Winfrey. She had Simon Cowell on the other day.
Right.
Some of the things he said really shocked me. I mean, everybody's already upset with Ryan Seacrest and his level of success. But he says that Ryan has a dressing room on the second floor of wherever they shoot that thing because he doesn't like to associate with anyone else.
Probably, though. I mean, the guy does do a radio show in the morning and then goes over and does that, I'm sure.
Oh, you're going to justify it.
I mean, I can't believe I'm defending that fucking asshole, but the fact of the matter is the dude, I mean, at some point he's got to he's got to shut his yap and sit there and relax.
He's always got to look like...
He's got to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing that he's, he doesn't like to be bothered. He stays to himself.
Right.
And Simon says the contention between the panelists is real. He doesn't have time to make up fights with those people. So when you see them scrapping on the show, it is absolutely genuine, according to Simon Cowell. Meanwhile, he's showing his softer side while known for his abrasive comments on the reality show. He just donated. What happened?
There's a whole thing going on.
I closed my eyes for a
Ambient
second,
noise.
and I caught Howard looking at me.
I was staring at him and he caught me.
I,
How could you not look? There's a giant man laying on the chair out in my studio with a Santa hat.
I bid $57,000 to fall asleep in the studio.
What charity was that?
You better give it to mine.
All right, go let him sleep.
Let's
Go ahead.
see. He just donated over $160,000 to a family of a cancer-stricken 3-year-old.
Who?
Simon Cowell.
Oh.
He heard about the family's problems and stepped in to help as part of Oprah's Big Give program.
Oh.
So Simon being a part of that. They had some financial problems which were relatively easy for me to sort out. So now he's going to be deluged, I'm sure, with requests from other people who have financial problems. I never knew that doing good could feel so good, according to Simon Cowell.
Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Howard, Artie might have to call Richard Simmons and change his name to Artie Hebronco. Do you think he had enough calories today to feed that whole cockamamie country that Robin's trying to help?
Yeah, what is that country, Robin?
Eritrea.
Eritrea.
Tell Zabibi to cut over here.
I think Groucho Marx used to be the president of that country, Eritrea. But, you know...
Victory is ours.
It's true. Everything Artie ate could feed Robin's kids.
In a minute, why don't we make Artie's microphone pedal operated? Like everything in Artie's life, make it pedal operated.
I would donate one of everything I ate to Zabibi.
I thank you.
Isn't that her name? What's her name, Robin?
Zabiba.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so off with Zabibi.
Zabiba.
How do you pronounce that country, Robin?
Eritrea.
And you're on the air.
Hi, I just have a comment about Artie, or I guess it's more of a question. I'm just trying to find out when is he going to stop fooling around and get serious about his weight? I mean, he is.
All right, I'll ask him. Let's find out. Artie, when are you going to stop fooling around and get serious about your weight?
Well, no, she's right.
She's right.
I have to do something. This weekend in Miami, I'm going to start like jogging on the beach and stuff.
Stop it! You're kidding around. I mean, this is.
This weekend he's starting.
He's kidding you. He's kidding all of us. I mean, he's making me think he's retarded. I mean,
what would you... I'm not retarded. I just, like 90% of this country, I have a problem with my glands.
He suffers from a metabolism issue as well.
He does not suffer from metabolism.
Well, what do you want me to do, Ann?
Listen, I just...
Should we put him away?
No, and I love Artie. I've seen his shows a couple times, and I think he's fantastic. But when I sit and listen to the cupcakes and the chicken parm and all those things,
what happened? You threw up? Billy, you're on the air. I mean, let's go to Chris. Chris, go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, Chris.
I don't get it, Howard. I don't know what you're doing. You've been doing this shit for 30 years. Did anybody ever pull a couch out for you and let you sit back and put your feet up? What the fuck? This guy's doing this shit 8 years, and he ain't all that great, and he's getting all this special treatment.
7 years.
Shit.
7
years.
The guy looks like he's going to pass out. He ate something bad today, and it didn't agree with him.
Yes, sir. Let me just, sir.
He eats something bad every day.
Any other person who felt like me right now would ask to leave. I figured out a way to stay.
Right, he would have taken sick time. Ralph, go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know I went back and rewound and I timed it from when Artie last spoke to when he passed out sleeping.
Yes.
Was 19 seconds.
Wow.
Now, have you ever in your life been able to be talking to somebody and then fall asleep within 19 seconds?
Well, he was very, very tired.
Well, you got to, like, Ralph, people fall asleep at some point, you know.
You were just talking like 5 seconds ago and then you're not out. This is bad, Artie.
I'm just tired. That's all.
Absolutely. I saw they were talking about this kind of stuff on 60 Minutes this Sunday.
Yeah.
And they said in the process of slapping yourself in the face to try to wake up, you could fall asleep.
All right, Death, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to meet Artie a couple hours from now at his apartment in his bathroom. I have a rectal aneurysm planned for him.
Thank you, Death.
In the bathroom?
Death wants to meet you in a few hours in the bathroom.
I'll be in the kitchen.
Let's go to Chris. Chris, you're on the air.
Hey, now.
Hey, now.
Hey, listen, I'm calling with a medical school down in Atlanta, Georgia. I work for the former United States Surgeon General, David Thatcher. He put out the only report on overweight and obesity, and I'll be the first to say this is radio gold. I had to pull over at one point when Artie was given the menu of the crap that he was eating. But let me just tell you, if you guys don't do something quick, and I'm talking about a serious intervention, I mean, it's clear that he's an addict, and whether it's in drugs, alcohol, food, whatever.
We know. We're trying. I don't know what to do. Artie's got to want it too.
Did we get Dr. Drew in here?
We might get Dr. Drew in again. Jim,
Thanks,
go ahead.
Ironside.
All right, Jim, you're on the air quickly because I got to get done with this show and Robin needs to finish.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. Artie, when you go down to Miami,
Yeah.
is he awake, Howard?
Yeah, he's awake.
I'd say, yeah, Miami, yeah.
Yeah, when you go down to Miami, you better stay the fuck off the beach because they're going to keep pushing you back in the water.
Oh, Jesus.
You know.
Howard, you got to get him a sleep member bed in there, and fucking that'd be hysterical.
All right.
TV.
Let's
Is he
go.
implying that I'm a whale?
Yeah, that was the intention that people would see you on the beach, mistake you for a whale, and push you back in the water.
Motherfucker.
Robin.
I'd prefer a manatee.
Artie, go to sleep and let me finish the news. Go ahead.
All right, I'm here.
I thought Artie might want to comment.
Contributing. I'm commenting.
On Barack Obama's speech yesterday.
It was the most retarded speech I'd ever heard.
Really? You didn't like the speech?
It was a brilliant speech.
How could you
think
sit there and
bought
say
it.
it's when he goes, I can't disown of course you can't disown your grandmother, but the fact of the matter is he chose a reverend for his family and for the church. 20 years he went there, and don't forget, at first he said he never heard him say this.
You are taking this out of context. You
No, I'm not.
obviously did not hear the speech.
I did too. I was right in front of my television.
What did he say?
He made the point that he can't disown his white grandmother and he can't disown the Reverend Wright because these are people who made comments. He said his grandmother made racist comments. I think she's used the N-word or something.
Well, she not only called people names, but she told him, I am afraid of black men when I see them walking down the street.
So he says, well, I'm not responsible. Well, he didn't choose his grandmother. He chose the Reverend Wright.
But you're missing his point.
No,
his
I'm not.
His point is that we can no longer keep just throwing people out of our lives. We have to heal what has gone on in this nation.
No, you can't throw people out of your lives. You can't. That's like saying.
He said the man was like family to him.
I'm going to go to Klan meetings, but don't be mad at me for supporting the Klan.
No. He didn't say I support the Klan. He says there are issues that Reverend Wright reveals about what, a segment of the population feels in this country.
He's the Reverend. You don't support him financially, and that's what he did. It's wrong, and he didn't address it.
I listened to what he said, and he made a great deal of sense. You want to keep things the way they are. He is talking about healing everything that has gone on in this country.
Okay, I see that Reverend was really all about healing.
No, the Reverend was not. And I said myself, he should have had this discussion with the minister long ago.
Oh, but he didn't.
He is right now.
I don't care.
You don't care, but it's true, and there are issues.
This isn't about Reverend Wright. This is about Barack Obama choosing. He says he's a wise man who will choose. He's a man of great decision making.
That was a brilliant speech, and he's right on. And we can continue to ignore race in this country and just hope black people get over it.
That's not the discussion.
That is the discussion in the larger sense.
He chose a church with a racist to be his spiritual leader.
Okay, you don't want to talk about what the country needs to do.
No, that's a separate issue. That's for him and Hillary Clinton and John McCain to debate. This is an issue of he chose to support a man for 20 years and have a close relationship with a guy who is an out. That's like if I hung out with if I went to a church led by a Ku Klux Klansman and said to you,
all right.
Artie's sleeping.
We're arguing. He's sleeping.
I feel like when
I gotta get out of here anyway.
The thing that hit me about this, I know you people sit around all the time.
What do you mean, you people? Who's you people?
The Jews and Italians?
No,
who's you
everybody.
people? I want to know.
Everybody but me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I've seen this.
What do I do? Let me hear what I do.
You sit around and you listen to people in your company make inappropriate statements and you say nothing.
It's not true.
Absolutely true.
Absolutely not true.
Well, that's true with me.
And by the way, if I hire someone...
Not hire. I'm talking about sitting around in a cocktail situation.
Yeah, but this is not that. This is choosing. There's lots of churches he could choose. He made a choice.
He made the mistake.
No.
Lots of
he
you
knew for 20 years, and then he also lied.
He lied.
He lied.
You never say a word. You know it's wrong. You don't feel that way. In politeness, you keep your mouth shut.
Bullshit.
Yeah, but it's also the judgment issue. He's going into politics.
That's right. If I went to a church where a guy was spewing this shit, I would. I could not be a member. Get out of here with this argument.
You sit in a cocktail. You don't go to church.
No.
You go to parties.
No, come on. What are you talking about? You go to a party. You don't choose who's at the party necessarily, but you go to a church.
But you sit there while people say inappropriate things.
No, I don't.
And make,
I've said lots of things to people
jokes.
that are inappropriate.
Right. You come in here and you say it. You don't say it to them.
You don't know anything about me, then.
You tell me this stuff. You come in here and you say, I didn't say anything there, but this guy.
A man
when
running
you're
for
in a room,
office
these statements are made.
He supported a guy for 20 years, chose this guy over all others to be his spiritual leader.
It was still a great speech. I'm not talking about whether you vote for him. It was a great speech.
He's a great speech maker. I'm talking about what's bullshit and what isn't. I don't care how well you speak. What are you speaking about is what I'm interested in. And
he was speaking about something that's very important and hopefully will open up a dialogue in this country so we can get past racial issues.
But it didn't answer the question. He supports a racist. And that's it.
So do you.
No, I don't.
You have Daniel Carver on here all the time.
I don't support him.
That's not supporting him so he can get his name out there and sell his product?
It's wrong.
You say it's wrong, but he's still getting support.
I'm a talk show host who deals with controversial topics. I'm not running for president. And I don't go to Temple where Daniel Carver's my rabbi.
You don't go to Temple.
I don't go anywhere where Daniel Carver's my rabbi.
Splitting hairs.
Yeah, okay. Split your own
hair. He gets to a lot more people on here than he could in a church pulpit.
So what? I'm not running for office, and I am not the person who is sitting there.
I'm just saying it was a great speech. You said it was a retarded speech.
It was great from a public speaking standpoint. He got up and speaks very, very well.
I'm not talking about how he spoke. It was a great speech.
No,
if you really
it didn't answer the question.
It was an incredible speech.
Well, whatever.
All right.
Then vote for the guy.
I didn't say I had to vote for him because of it. I'm simply saying that he said something that needed to be said.
Good. I'm glad you got the message.
Well, it's a shame that it was lost on you.
Well, whatever. It was. It really was.
We woke up.
Whatever.
Artie.
I feel like when I used to be upstairs in my bedroom listening to my parents fight.
Well,
Howard, if you could only see the TV shows doing like a split screen of Robin, you, and Artie, and when you two are arguing, Artie's eyelashes just start fluttering in and out of consciousness.
He's in big trouble.
I agree with points that both of you are making.
I want to just finish the news. You go to sleep and let Robin talk.
All right.
The other thing, can we have some politicians?
Go ahead, please, Rob.
Can we get some politicians who aren't sleeping around? It's getting ridiculous now. Our new governor had to come out and address his philandering ways with the public yesterday.
I tell you, it's depressing.
Also, the McGreevy divorce gets uglier and uglier.
What a creepy guy he is, huh?
Yesterday, or the day before, I told you that Mrs. McGreevy had now been accused of participating in threesomes with her husband and a driver. And she is now denying it, but there has been corroboration from certain hotels, like down in Atlantic City. They said, yes, they would get a hotel room, and they didn't get a separate hotel room for the driver.
Right.
He stayed in the room with them.
That's right.
But she is denying that any sex went on. But the judge in the case is now saying, would you two please pipe down? You have a kid. And this is getting very messy and ugly, and it's going to affect her. Nobody seems to care about the child.
Well, there you go.
Yep, that's what's happening.
All right,
folks.
Robin, let's hope Artie gets some sleep.
How are you going to get him up? That's the question.
All right,
I've got an hour to kill, so I'll get up.
You know what the guys are saying, Howard? We should watch Artie get up.
Getting up will be good.
You want me to get up?
Can you get out of that chair? Don't get up.
You can roll out of it.
All right. Ooh. Wait, give him a second. He can't get up.
Universal Amphitheater, April 5th.
He'll be up by then.
Your whole asshole is sticking out. He can't get out of it. He got on the floor.
Nobody can get out.
You gotta lose weight. That's it. You couldn't get out of that chair.
Yeah, but look at it. Who could get out of that chair?
Me.
No, it's a hard chair to
get. Yoga yesterday.
I can do that. I can get out of it. You gotta lose weight.
I do. No, listen, we're having fun here.
Yeah,
and
but this is crazy. All right, you know what you got.
I agree with
Go home and do it
before.
You run home to Jersey today.
Fred, what do you think the breaking point will be for Artie? Because it seems like these little instances pop up, but it never seems to correct itself, or he never makes the attempt.
You know what? I don't know what it's going to take for Artie, and that's a concern of mine. Like, look, I know Artie's going to do what Artie's going to do, and knock wood or metal or whatever the fuck this is like, I hope he goes for a lot of years, for a long time. But like I say, I worry about the dude.
Because we keep revisiting. I feel like we've done this before.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, and it's almost like, okay, how long is this going to go on before, either the other cannoli drops or whatever. It's
right.
Like something's going to, hopefully it won't be like an incident where he ends up in the hospital or something like that, because like, I'm telling you, you go back and you watch a videotape, on one hand, it's very humorous, but listening to it, it's like you hear the breathing and stuff like that. And it sounds like a guy who's like, he sounds like the guy who was married to Anna Nicole Smith.
Right.
It was like fucking 80 years old. It's like, he's a young dude, it's like, And
he's got a lot of athletic talent. That's
got a lot of athletic ability, but unfortunately, I think that's what happens with a lot of guys who were athletes or are athletes. It's like, the minute they stop, doing the athletic shit, it's like a lot of the muscle, it's like, the muscle's going like, oh, I don't give a fuck, what you do. It's like, feed me.
Right.
So, if there's no activity to go along with that, there you go.
Well, it seems like he can't get started. What do you think would be the best way? Because I know you box.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You got to do. You got to do something that you like, and you also had to have a reason to motivate you. For me, this is turning into a fucking. It's like let's ship this off to Dr. Phil or something like that, because this is way too fucking serious for this shit. But the one thing that made me want to get in better shape and be in better shape is I have a daughter, and I'm not suggesting that Artie go out and impregnate a woman and have a child, although that is a pretty compelling reason to stay in shape, to be healthy, to eat healthy, because two reasons. Number one, you want to be around to see your kid grow up, and number two, it's like you set an example for people in your family by eating right, living right, exercising, etc., etc. My daughter always knows that I go to the gym, and it's like she appears to be on the right track when it comes to eating, right. And hopefully it'll stay that way.
So he just needs to take that first step and just get going and get some momentum.
Yeah, well, ask Benji about taking the first step. It's like it seems easy. But like once you go down, it's like once you get to that point of like where it's like you feel like you've got to lift 1,000 pounds of inert fucking material. That's tough.
It's just the thought of it's almost too overwhelming.
Big time. And I think that's what it's easier to reach for a fucking cupcake than it is to go to the Stairmaster.
Right. Artie.
See you later, guys.
See you later. No pun intended. Is this your wake-up call? Is this time to
yes,
to really?
No, it is. There's been several wake-up calls.
But I mean, this was like you even admitted that you just don't feel well. You physically feel terrible.
I do. It's awful. I can't get my work done. I have a lot of work to do. With the homeless. Hey, Steve.
Thanks. So, you've mentioned before that the best way for you to get back in shape is to actually play a sport because you like playing sport.
I do.
Didn't have an opportunity. Did girls ever come on to you?
No.
I'm sure you've had lesbian affairs.
No, I have not had a lesbian affair.
See, I figured maybe Beth and I aren't enough fun for you and John. Like maybe you guys swing or something. I don't know. We're not that way.
No. Oh my God. Did I ever tell you the secret about you guys and our plan?
No. What was it?
Okay, I didn't know who Howard was off air versus on air.
Right.
And we had a signal that if you started talking about my boobs and crazy stuff and we thought that your house was going to be like all white lacquer and like black like leopard sculptures and stuff like that. And
torture chamber.
Totally like 80s And so we were like, okay, it's going to be that. There's going to be like 100 people there, even though he said it's a dinner with us. Yeah. And he's going to start talking all this crazy stuff. So I had like a little signal, which was save me, like I'm praying. And that meant
get us out of here.
Go.
Yeah.
The moment we pulled up, Howard and Beth were at the front door greeting us like the Brady Bunch or something.
That's how we are.
Their house was warm and wood and love and like...
We were nice people.
Super nice. We love you.
I think people think we're boring, Beth.
So what do you think?
Because we are boring.
Well, John and I are boring too.
You are boring?
Yeah, we're just like you guys.
How long have you been going out with this, John?
4.5 years.
And I picture John nude sometimes with a huge penis.
Oh, geez.
I do.
Why do you do that?
I can't talk about this because he is a banker.
Heterosexual?
He is a banker.
Yes, so we
But
can't
I just,
go there.
I just imagine he satisfies Tyra
that
in every
because
way.
he's black?
Can't talk about it.
Not because he's. Is he black? So did you go to an all-white school? Were you the only black girl
No,
there?
I went to a beautifully mixed school.
A mixed school.
We had chocolate, we had vanilla, we had caramel.
Was your mother a dark-skinned black woman?
My mother was like Robin's color, almost exactly. Is like Robin's
And
color.
your father, where's he in the picture?
My father's a little more chocolate.
Are your parents still married?
No, they got divorced when I was 6.
I see.
Yeah, but my dad's still in the picture. I mean, he used to work for my company.
And so when you decided to be a model at 15, because somebody said to you, you should be a model, how does one go about becoming a model? I don't understand how you make that jump.
Well, I waited. She discovered me when I was 13. I waited until the 11th grade when I was 15.
Right.
And I went to a bunch of agencies and...
You walked around with a picture of yourself?
I walked around with some snapshots that my mom took of me.
So you must have known you were good looking, and boys must have started paying attention
Boys
to you.
still were not paying attention. You have to understand that model does not necessarily mean beautiful, alluring, or
Yeah, but you're a
attractive
beautiful
to
woman.
a boy. When I was younger, I was more of a high fashion model look. So it was a little more quirky and more odd, more interesting.
And being
As
a
I got-
black woman, I remember when you started modeling, it was not really that common for a black woman to be a model, and maybe there's only one black model that's allowed to be successful.
Exactly. I walked into the agencies and a lot of them were like, oh, we already have a black model. Sorry.
So it's almost impossible. So if someone
was
would have
hard.
said to you that you would have made a fortune as a model, you would have laughed, because at that time it would have been questionable whether you could even get work.
Yeah, I would have laughed.
So you walk in.
I walk in to the one that said yes.
Who is that?
LA Models.
And are you grateful to them because they didn't say we have already one black model?
I'm super grateful. I'm probably sitting in front of you now because of them. Although they did tell me I wasn't photogenic, but that I should do runway. So I started off with runway with them.
And you were super skinny, I imagine.
I was very thin.
To do a runway, how much? You're a tall woman. What are you, about 6 foot?
No, I'm 5'10".
You're 5'10".
Yeah.
What
I
did
looked
you
at my
weigh?
heels. I mean, I have on like
Those are
7-inch
beautiful.
heels.
Fantastic. Let me see your feet.
No, I have corns.
Okay. I like corn. So you walk in and you're 6 feet tall. I mean, 5'10".
Mm-hmm.
What do you weigh at that point when you're that age?
At 15, I don't know. It's probably 110 pounds.
110 pounds
Yeah.
at 5'10". That's incredibly skinny, right?
Very skinny.
Skinny with the big boobs.
It's not so big yet.
How to be an incredible sight, right?
Not so big yet.
And so they put you to work. How do they put you to work when everyone's sort of not into the black model thing? It's all about whitey.
Well, it's all about whitey.
Yeah, right. Well,
No,
it is.
Well, I started with runway, so they liked black girls on the runway because we were elegant and graceful.
Right.
So then I started there, and then I slowly started doing other stuff.
How do you learn how to do that walk on the runway? What is that all about?
I studied, and I've seen documentaries and stuff on you and how you studied and like really were
You
obsessed.
studied what the women did.
I studied. I went to the fashion library in Los Angeles and like was obsessed with tape. And I'd watch tape of girls from the 80s and just really like study them, 70s too.
So when people say models are dumb, they don't have to know anything, all they have to do is sit in front of the camera or on a runway, you say, no, there's something to be studied there. It's not that simple.
Oh no, some of them really aren't necessarily that interesting.
Because it's a secret. There is something to study about why some people break out and some don't.
Yes.
So what was the secret? That you somehow are more interesting?
I think the secret for me was a lot of research. So like when I went to Paris for the very first time, instead of going to college, I went to Paris. I got accepted at every college I applied to. I wanted to be a writer. Yes, I wanted to be a writer and a producer for film and television.
Were you the valedictorian of your school?
No, I was not.
What'd you get
I
on your
wish I
SATs?
You know, it was different scoring back then. My SATs weren't that great. My ACTs were amazing. I don't even know if they do those anymore.
I see.
Yeah.
So you didn't go to college?
No, I didn't. I got accepted to all of them, but I got discovered to go to Paris at the last 2 weeks before my first day of college. I got discovered to
And
go to
you
Paris.
said, screw college, I can make a fortune doing this modeling.
No, I said, oh my God, this is the craziest decision of my life. What am I going to do? I don't know what to do. I talked to my mom. My mom said, follow your heart. I support you and whatever.
And your mom was okay with you leaving for Europe? How old were you then?
I was 17.
17, she's okay with you just taking off and going to Europe?
Yeah, and the reason why I talked to her about it, and I said, Mom, if I got accepted to a university in Europe, I would go. I'm 17 only because I started school a year early. I would be 18 going to college at the Sorbonne or something in
Yes,
Paris.
but it's very different. When you go to Paris as a model, isn't every guy a wolf, and isn't every photographer going to fuck you, so to speak?
No.
Do you curse at all?
Yeah, I curse.
You do?
Yeah.
But that's not your image.
No, I curse.
You won't
I
say
used to
fuck.
curse all the time on my talk show, but see, I was beeped because I was on, network television.
When you would go to Paris to model and looking the way you do, even though you think you're ugly, looking the way you do, didn't every photographer try to bang you and say he'd put you on the cover of Vogue?
Okay, I don't understand this, Howard, but it did not happen to me.
Did you go to Paris as a virgin?
Yes.
You were a virgin?
I was a virgin in Paris.
You never had a boyfriend up until then?
No, I had boyfriends. I just was a virgin. I remember doing
How far would you
doing
go?
a photo shoot with Naomi Campbell and Beverly Peele for American Vogue and talking about virginity, and they were shocked that I was still a virgin.
Naomi Campbell was the one who was mean to you, wasn't she?
Yeah, but this was a nice moment, and we
she
were talking.
hated you because you were black. Am I correct? Tell the truth.
And successful, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
She couldn't deal with it. She said, "I'm the black model, not you."
Well, no, the world said that.
Right.
The world told her there can only be one, and here comes the new one, and Naomi, you better back up. So she reacted very strongly to something that was already negative. You know
And
what I mean?
way did she express that to you when you were modeling with her? What did she say to you?
You know that movie Showgirls?
Yes.
Just do that and make it the modeling industry.
She was really brutal to you. Did she try to sabotage your career?
Just that movie Showgirls. That's
How does
all
a
I
woman
say.
try to
But
sabotage
she
your career?
apologized. She came on my talk show years later and she apologized. But my life was a living hell. I'll admit it was a living hell for years, for many, many years.
Well, I know what was in the press was she always said you were copying her.
Yes.
You mimicked her walk. You were trying to be her.
Yeah. And it was an exact opposite. I got known for my walk because it was actually kind of comedic. So if that was copying hers, it was mine was very.
What was your walk?
I was very animated. Very, very animated. And I would change my walk depending on what the designer was.
What could a girl make walking the runways of Europe? Can she make? How much can you make a day doing that?
Well, back in my day, some of the top girls are making $10,000 a fashion show.
Wow.
And so you do 5 a day. You do
my
about
God.
25 per city. So add up Milan, Paris, New York, and then maybe a little bit of London.
So you can pull in 50 G's a day.
Yeah, you could.
Oh my God, you must have been going berserk.
Yeah, I was doing pretty well.
Did you get out of control?
No, Howard, I'm conservative and boring like you and
Did you
Beth.
ever get into drugs?
No, I've never tried drugs.
You never smoked weed?
I've never smoked weed. I've seen people smoke it, but I've never smoked it.
I don't understand how you don't try that once.
I don't try. I tried a cigarette when I was 6. It was burning in an ashtray, and my mom's friend's cigarette. And I smoked it, swallowed the smoke, coughed for 2 days, never did it again. When I was 12 years old, my best friend got 2 peach wine coolers. You know those Bartles and James back in the day, or
Yeah.
Seagram's? And she was like, dude, let's try this. Da, da, da. We sat in her hallway. I drank the neck of it, and I was like, the peach tastes good, but there's a nasty aftertaste, and it burns. I don't like it.
So you never
She
get
drank
high.
hers, and she drank mine, and she passed out beside me. That was the last time I had
You're a goody
alcohol.
two-shoes.
No, I mean,
You like to walk around naked, though.
no, I don't.
Yes, I read an interview with you where you said you do. You said that it's important for women not to wear underwear so their vaginas can get air. You said
Really?
it. Yes,
I
you
never
said
heard
it.
you say that.
You know what? That was probably on my talk show, which is true, especially at night. I know this is, God, I can't believe I'm talking about this. But at night, I do tell women, like,
Air it out.
Air it out.
Why? Why is it important to get air on the vagina?
I just think it's important to air it out.
So you sleep nude?
No,
What do you sleep in? I'm curious.
it depends.
Do you ever wear any of that lingerie that you're famous for modeling?
You know what's so interesting is I would model that stuff, but I wouldn't wear it to bed.
Not even for John.
It's a little itchy.
Not for John.
I can't talk about that because he's a banker.
So what?
He's the vice chairman of a bank.
Big deal. He's a man. You don't put on a little outfit for him once in a while? Just to keep him interested?
Howard, I can't talk about that.
Oh, you will. I'll break you down. I'll break you down. You're wearing underwear today, though, aren't you?
Howard,
Are you wearing
I am
panties?
friends with your wife.
I know, but are you wearing panties today?
I'm so not having this conversation
Just
with
tell
you.
me if you're wearing
Are
panties.
you wearing panties?
No, I'm wearing boxers.
Okay, well, let me see them.
I didn't ask to see. I just said, do you wear underwear?
Yeah, but you asking me and me.
Are you wearing panties today?
I don't know.
Answer is no. I'm seeing it right now. You can see right up there. So you go to Paris a virgin.
Yes.
And you're a naive girl in a sense because you've never really explored the world. And your mother says you
You're
can go
living
off and do
alone,
it.
though. Or,
Model's apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Model's apartment is a shithole that they charge you a fortune for.
There you go.
And now all of a sudden you're making $50,000 a day. That's pretty heady stuff.
Who's managing the money? Who's doing what?
Mommy.
My mama.
Mommy.
My mom was at work in Los Angeles, and she had a pile of work from, she used to work at a Jet Propulsion Laboratories, JPL, and then a pile of my modeling stuff. And then when that pile started getting higher, her employer came up and was like, her boss was like, what is going on?
Right.
So then I begged her to quit because I was stressed. And
you go to Paris a virgin.
Yes.
But you say you kissed boys before then.
Oh, yeah.
You let them feel you up before then?
Of course.
Not
Just
put their
no
hand
going
on.
all the way.
No putting the
Just
hand
not
on.
going all the way and doing all the other
So
stuff.
up until then, you had done everything except intercourse.
No, I hadn't done everything.
You gave a guy a hand job in high school.
Stop it!
Did you give a guy a hand job in high school or
Now
not?
you're
not
in court.
saying this.
Yes, you did.
Now you're in court. You have to testify.
All right, so what I'm guessing is, I understand you're dignified. I understand that. But I think this is an important message for girls to get and young ladies
And
to
what
become
is
empowered.
To do hand jobs?
That
What
no.
are you saying?
They want to know, did Tyra believe in oral sex before she went off to Paris?
I will say no.
You will say no?
Back in my day,
Yes.
that oral sex was after intercourse.
Because it was considered more intimate.
It was considered more intimate.
So a Tyra in high school, when she met a boy that she liked, you would go out with him. You had a high school boyfriend.
Yes, and I would not kiss him on the first date.
Right. You were very conservative, but you would
Very.
kiss eventually with
Yes.
your tongue. Your titties were touched.
No, just stop. The tongue.
Yes.
I had my first kiss with a guy named Christian in a movie theater.
White
and
guy or black guy?
He was like black and Mexican.
Black and Mexican.
Mhm.
All right.
Blexican.
Right.
And he kissed me, and then he put his tongue in my mouth, and it was the most disgusting smell. I mean, feeling, not smell. Feeling.
It probably stunk, too.
No, it didn't stink. It felt like a worm. It felt like... I hated it. And I told him I don't like kissing like that, as if I had kissed before, and I'd never kissed before.
But you're right. Guys don't understand that. Kissing a woman, in fact, don't even use your tongue.
Yeah.
Right?
It's disgusting.
It's not all. I watch Bachelor Pad. You watch Bachelor Pad?
No, I don't even know what that is.
When it's a very important show. These guys kiss. They open their mouth before they even hit.
Yeah, and they
and the tongue goes in the mouth. And
the
I go,
tongue is supposed to be subtle and like a nice thing.
maybe once in a while,
Yeah.
a little some contact, but not a lot.
No.
Guys are too.
And he went, bleh, and I was disgusted.
And so you backed off.
I never kissed him again.
So your line, what I'm trying to say is, as a young girl growing up, as beautiful as you were, you held something back. You allowed these guys to touch your breasts underneath your shirt. You allowed them to touch your firm, muscular belly. Am I correct?
Yes, Howard.
Right. They could put their hand down your pants and squeeze your ass and touch your vagina. Am I correct?
No.
That's not true?
No, not that much.
Nothing below the waist.
No.
They could rub over
On the
pants.
butt, but not the other part.
No
Let me tell
touching
you-
of the vagina until you went to Paris.
Let me tell you. No,
Interesting.
I didn't do anything in Paris. Let me tell you, my mother took me on a train from Los Angeles to San Diego when I was around 13 years old, and she says, we're going to have a talk. And my mom gave me the most descriptive, embarrassing sex talk ever.
And what was that talk?
She said, you are going to start, having relations with guys, and they're going to touch you and they're going to kiss you, and your body's going to feel like this, and this is going to start quivering, and then your breath is going to quicken, and da-da-da.
Wow.
The boy is going to say, oh, let me do this, let me do that. He'll even say, let me put it in a little bit. And I talked about this
I've
on my
used
talk
that
show.
line. Yes.
Right? Let me just do this,
Let me just put
do
the
that.
tip in.
Yeah, all that. So
Right.
she gave me a very graphic, like I wanted to vomit on that train talk.
And yet,
Cut to 3 years later, a guy is saying everything she said. And because she had told me that, I was able to say, oh my God, he just said, let me put the... And I was like, oh no.
you
Whereas,
recognized all this and said, my mother knows something.
had she not told me that, I probably would have said, okay.
You always go out with super good looking guy? You ever go out with an ugly guy like me?
You're not ugly, Howard.
Well, I'm not very good looking. I know that. Would you ever date a horrible looking man like myself?
I cannot answer that question because I don't think you're horrible looking. But if you cut off like yourself, I can answer it.
But you're very true. Your mother is a very bright woman because she's right.
That's
Guys,
what mothers don't do. They don't. And so their daughters
One
are
thing I never said to a
unprepared.
woman, never let me put the tip in. You know why? Because my whole penis is a tip.
That is the
That
whole
is it.
thing.
That's the whole experience. That's it. That's all there is. Have you ever laughed at a man because he was too small?
Not to his face.
But there were men you've broken up with because their penis was too small, didn't you? Admit it. I happen
Robin,
to know this.
help
about
me.
it. No, is that true?
No, you didn't break up
If you
with
were
him.
with a man, have you ever been in a situation, and you've been around
We
a
are
lot of
not
good-looking men.
talking about
Hold
penis
it.
size.
You don't even know what I'm going to
Let's
ask you.
talk about yours. I don't want to
It's
talk about other
awful.
ones.
It's horrible. It's embarrassing. Because this is why I'm asking for myself, not for you. When a man pulls down his pants, you take a look, and you say to yourself, "Oh my goodness, what a disappointment!" Right? I mean, if it's small, you do have that reaction, don't
Well,
you?
what you can ask is, does size matter to you?
Yes.
A lot of there's like this thing out there that women, have put out that, oh my God, something should be as like your microphone or whatever.
Right. As thick and as a beer can. Yeah.
And that's not the case.
Right.
And it makes guys very, very insecure. But at the same time, I think it's good for guys to be insecure about something physically because women have so much pressure about their physicality. So, sure, give you guys some kind of penis envy and insecurities because we're dealing with all other kind of stuff, too.
You've been with men where you sit there and go, "Oh, my God, look at that. That's not going to get the job done, right?" I mean, it's a disappointment, isn't it?
Howard, I'm not answering
Isn't that it, Robin? Is it a disappointment when you're standing there with a man that you're attracted to, you finally have his pants off, and there you see...
No, if you like the man, you're
stop
not
it.
going to do
That's what I'm-
that,
yeah.
I could
Howard.
hear that giggle
Oh, stop it.
that all of you have.
Howard, you've gotten girls.
I've gotten a few.
And you're like, yeah,
And nobody's ever laughed or left.
I keep it hidden.
And you just kiss with no tongue.
That's right.
And say,
And
I'm
they like
respecting you.
So you go to Paris, you're naive
Yes.
sexually, you have barely experienced, and you've never made love to a woman at that point either.
No.
And you never have tried that in your personal life.
No.
I'm sure you were hit on as a model by many women.
Only one model, actually, and I wouldn't even consider it hitting on me.
Mm-hmm.
But she was a lesbian, and everybody knew she was a lesbian. And
Right.
I was backstage at a fashion show, an American fashion show, and I took my shirt off, and then she pinched me. Was like, "Oh my God, you're making me crazy," and ran out, and that was
Pinched
it.
your breast.
Yeah, and that was it. And she ran out and said, "You're making me crazy," and that's it. That's my encounter. Woo.
All right. So what's remarkable is you then go off, and your mother sends you. Even she gives you the lecture, she sends you off into Paris. You're making $50,000 a day, and I can't believe there isn't a point in your life with that fast lifestyle and all the famous people you start meeting. I can't imagine that there wasn't a period of time where you went berserk, and you didn't. You're a level-headed girl.
I never did.
De Niro never hit on you?
Nope. I had my eye on the prize. I had tunnel vision. Like when girls were hanging out at the club, I was hanging out at the McDonald's on the Champs-Elysees.
Right.
I just have never been attracted to darkness. And for some reason, I've heard stories of models working with photographers that I've worked with, and the photographer answers the door naked and all this stuff. I'm like, what?
And none of that happened to
That never
you?
happened to me. And I don't know. Is this something in my eyes? Do you see something in my eyes,
There
Howard?
never was
that-
an attempted rape, nothing.
No, come on. No, there was a photographer years ago, close to when I was retiring from modeling, and I felt like he had a crush on me.
Right.
But he was like a schoolboy. He was like, do you have a boyfriend? That
was polite.
Yeah, that was.
Maybe you're intimidating.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's just the way you carry yourself.
There was something in my 17-year-old eyes that
Kept people away.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a toughness. It wasn't like Gia, that model Gia. It wasn't like, ooh.
You lost your virginity in Paris?
No, Howard.
You did not?
No.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
I'm not going to say, but it was not in Paris.
Were you 20? You waited that long?
I'm not going to say.
Why wouldn't you say that? So many women out there want to know.
I'm not going to talk about that.
Why? Why not?
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
16.
16.
And it was horrible. Woman cried.
Why did she cry?
Why? Because I was her boyfriend. When it happened, did you call your mother? It seems like your father is absent in all of this.
He's so not.
He's a part of your life?
He's such a part of my life.
What does he do
Such
for a
part of my
living?
life. He's retired now, but he was a computer consultant.
Does he run around every minute? Tyra's my daughter. This is that, the other thing. Nothing.
No.
Nothing. Very low-key guy.
No, my dad likes to throw parties and stuff, but
He does.
he's low-key when it comes to me, yeah.
And so, did he warn you about the tip of the penis, or just your mother?
My dad would never talk to me about anything like that.
Honey, guys are going to say they're going to put the tip of the penis
He
in.
would
No.
never in a million years. That was all my mother.
So when you lose your virginity, I take it you were older by today's standards. You waited a while.
Especially by today's standards.
Was it a disaster for you?
I did definitely tell my mother after.
I imagine the guy was beside himself. I mean, you are some knockout.
I wasn't then, Howard.
Right? You were a professional model in
Doesn't
Victoria's
matter.
Secret.
No, I wasn't Victoria's Secret that young.
I mean, come on.
I was not.
But you're that girl.
I am now.
Right.
He can look back and retroactively say, oh, yeah, but no.
Is getting older harder for you? Do you sit and obsess about your looks? Are you worried about your looks?
Howard, I am black. I don't obsess about wrinkles because they don't happen to us.
You do look very young. I don't even know how old you are.
I'm 37.
You're 30. Yeah, you look like a young girl.
Thank you. No Botox.
Why did you quit modeling so young? You felt that, hey, I don't need to do this. I can become a producer?
Yeah, I felt like I was doing my talk show, and I felt like, I was doing America's Next Top Model, and I felt like...
Whose idea was America's Next Top Model?
100% mine. I created it.
You created the show?
100%.
It's like the American Idol of modeling.
100%. It's in 170 countries, and I own a piece of all of that.
Why do you only own a piece? How much of a piece do you own?
Because I have a network. I have a partner. I have a network.
So when you're a producer of America's Top Model, it's a big payday, right?
It's very nice.
How much of that show do you own?
It changed my life.
How much of the show do you own?
I can't say how.
You own 25%. I'll say it. I know exactly what you have, what you own, and who you had sex with.
How do you know?
Because I know. I know these things.
Pretty good.
Yeah. You own.
I'm not confirming it.
You own 25% of America's Top Model. How much money does America's Top Model generate?
Well, you have to imagine that over the world. In the entire world, there's 170. It's in reruns in 170 countries, and then we have the international version. So we have like Germany's Next Top Model. Heidi Klum hosts that version.
Right.
We have Canada's Next Top Model. Mr. J from America's Next Top Model hosts that one.
Do you hire all those people?
Elle McPherson hosts the British one. No, I don't hire them. I sell the rights.
Right.
And then they hire whoever.
You own the franchise. It's like a McDonald's. You sell it to them.
Yes.
They go out and they produce it. And good luck to them.
Yeah, exactly. If I own McDonald's, I'm not going to care who's managing it.
It's
Are there certain rules they have to follow? Like there's a template?
Yes, if they use the brand, they have to follow a template.
Has anyone ever been on America's Top Model and actually gotten a modeling career out of it?
Oh, yeah, tons of girls. See, the difficult thing is in the modeling industry, you can be very successful. You can be on the cover of Chinese Elle and Greek Vogue, and nobody in America knows that.
Right.
You understand? The modeling industry is so spread so thinly across the entire globe. It's
there were
not
very
like
few like you who became an international star.
That's rare, and that's not necessarily going to happen anytime soon again, because the supermodel has now transitioned to reality stars and singers and actresses.
When you hit fame, did you start hanging around with Cindy Crawford?
No.
No, you don't have other model friends?
No, Rebecca Romaine and I were very close when we were modeling, super close as models.
Why are you no longer close?
I don't know.
It just
I'm
happens.
in New York. Yeah, that's
Do you
just
have
normal.
close friends?
I love Rebecca, though. Every time I see her, it's just
Do you
like
have a lot of close friends?
I do, but they're mostly from high school.
I see. Not the modeling chicks that you met along the way.
Mostly from high school.
I see.
You also started to transition into acting.
Yeah, I acted. I hate when people call me actress. I'm like, I don't deserve that title. I did some acting.
My daughters were in love with that movie where you play like a Barbie doll that comes to life. They love that movie. must watch that 50 times.
Yeah, life size?
Life size. Where I would sit there and watch that thing over and over again. Believe me. Listen, no offense. I could have beaten off to the thing. They're watching it as an innocent. You know what I'm saying? You're parading around in different outfits. I like it. I'm watching it with the kids, but I'm seeing it on a whole different level. So I perverted the whole stupid movie.
That's disgusting.
It is disgusting. I'm so sorry I did that.
Will Smith's girlfriend for
on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah,
Fresh Prince.
You never had sex with him?
No.
Not with Will Smith?
No, he never hit on me.
Were you insulted?
He was super.
Why? What do you mean he never hit on you?
No, he never hit on me. He was very I wouldn't say paternal because he's not that much older, but he was very warm and.
How odd is that?
He didn't hit
Are
on
you
me.
kind of freaked out when a guy doesn't hit on you?
No.
Will Smith didn't hit on you?
No, he was married, Howard.
Oh, I think they swing those two.
Stop it.
Well, he wasn't with Jada then. He was with his first wife.
He definitely stepped out on her. Wow, how insulting.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, what is your dating history? Did you ever date any famous guys?
Yes, she did.
Who'd she date? Give me the list.
Well, I know John Singleton.
That's what, the director?
Yeah.
And why'd you break up with him? What's wrong with him?
Howard, I was 19.
You were 19?
Yes.
Did he ask you to marry him?
I don't know, Howard, no.
Have guys proposed to you?
Maybe. He hasn't, no.
Have guys proposed to you? Are you unlucky in love? Is that it?
Howard, not every woman wants to be married. If I wanted to be married, I'd be married.
Have you been proposed to?
Maybe I have, maybe I haven't.
I'm thinking you haven't. Could you be a pain in the ass or something as a girlfriend?
No.
Are you sweet?
I look strange because I haven't been married, Howard. Do you understand? If I was
Are you
sitting
difficult
here,
to live with?
Howard, if I was sitting here and was divorced twice, you would be looking at me differently.
No, I'm
as if it was
impressed with
normal.
you. But a guy's not asking you to marry them. This John Singleton character, did he treat you good?
He was very sweet. Yes. Very nice.
But was he abusive or something?
No.
No?
Why would you say that?
I don't know. I'm trying to get to something.
I thought you knew something.
No, not at all.
Did he cheat on you?
I don't think so.
And he was a director, and you were this hot model, and you're going out, and he's banging you, and you're having fun? Was he your first? Did he take your virginity? Has anyone ever broke your heart?
Howard, I've had my heart broken so hard that I've lost 20 pounds in like 3 weeks before.
You should be the heartbreaker.
I've done that too.
I can't believe.
Yeah, but I've been heartbroken.
Who would leave you?
Like hardcore. Like I had to like move into my mom's house for a little bit, and like she used to have to feed me with this one breakup.
Who broke your heart? Mark Messier? Did you date Mark Messier of the Rangers?
The hockey player?
Oh, no, I didn't go out with him.
Yes, you did.
I went out with him, but not out with him.
What do you mean?
Like, I went out with him in public, and I went to a dinner with like 10 people, and people thought I dated
So there was no
him.
romance?
No.
You dated Seal? Wow.
Briefly. Will we stop this? What is this music?
Seal broke your heart. Aren't you glad you didn't marry Seal? I mean, he's only had 2 hits.
Oh, stop.
He's not that good.
I love this music.
You went out with Seal.
Howard.
What? Why is that bad? Why are you embarrassed by who you went out with?
Howard is so lovely.
He met Heidi through you?
I don't know.
Did he meet Heidi through you?
No.
He did not.
That was years later. It was brief.
Who
Howard,
broke
it was
your
brief.
heart? Who broke your heart?
It's been broken twice like crazy, where I had to do, they're not famous, chicken soup, mama feeding me. Like I wanted to run down the street naked in my nightgown. I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. I wanted to run down the street in my nightgown. Like anxiety, like
These aren't famous guys. These are just regular guys.
Just regular
What are they?
guys.
They're like regular working guys.
Regular working guys.
So you give a regular guy a chance.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I went on a blind date with a regular guy years and years and years ago.
What regular guy broke your heart? I mean, why wouldn't a regular guy want to marry you? That's what I can't figure out.
Because maybe I didn't want to marry them.
No, but you say they broke your heart.
Doesn't mean that marriage was in the picture.
But they broke up with you. Who would break up with you?
I've been broken up with, Howard.
Wow. Aren't you shocked by that? That like a regular guy is dating Tyra
every
Banks?
woman has this
They
story.
don't understand, yeah.
There's no woman, I don't care how beautiful, how famous, how wealthy.
Wow.
They all have the same story.
Well, maybe they're not easy to get along with. That's what I'm driving at. Maybe there's something about you. You seem pleasant.
I'm pretty.
And you're
But
interesting and bright.
Howard,
Yeah, I mean,
you're
she's a
saying,
home
like,
run.
Beth has never had a broken heart.
She hasn't.
Oh, she has.
No, she hasn't.
Absolutely,
Oh, no way.
she has.
I'm sure
doesn't-
she has.
Please, look at her.
I'm
Who's
sure
going to
she
break
has.
up with her?
Plenty
Howard,
of
that's
guys
not
have
how it
broken up with
works.
her, and you know it.
No, they broke up with her after she had no inch. She treated them like they weren't. That she didn't give them the time of day.
This is a fantasy you have in your head, but there's no woman who hasn't had her heart
Yeah,
broken.
I agree, Robin.
And Tyra's not getting proposed to left and right. Come
I'm
on.
sure she has been. She probably didn't even notice half the approaches she gets.
Yeah, I'm
Do you
like,
ever
why
da-
are you on your knee? What are you doing? Come on, let's stand up.
Do you ever date white guys?
I have.
You have?
Yes.
Disappointing?
No. Good guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Not opposed to a white guy here and there?
No.
But you have to marry a black guy.
You got to treat me right.
Right.
I don't care if you white, black.
Oh, I'll
Just
treat you
gotta be
right. Oh, believe me. You'd be treated like a princess. Trust me. What is that? A book?
That's my book.
All right. Tyra wrote a book.
Yeah.
Now, did you write it or someone else wrote it?
Howard, I wrote this book.
By yourself?
Not by myself. I have tons of people that have helped me. For instance, I wrote a section that deals with a professor, which I'll get into it in a second, or a teacher, and she's from what I call didgeridoo. And so she speaks with an Australian dialect. So I wrote the whole thing. Then I went to my friend's office that works at Harper's Bazaar, and I sat in her office for 2 hours and says, "Is this right? Is this right? Is this right?"
Right.
And
You
so-
have someone
you know what
go
I'm
over
saying?
with you.
So I had a lot of that.
Did you write this
book?
Did you write this with a type or with a computer?
Yes, with a computer.
Do you type?
Most of it in New York City. I type super fast with 2 fingers.
You're a two-finger type.
2 fingers. I spent tons and tons of time in the New York Public Library at Stephen Schwarzman Building, the real beautiful big library.
Yes.
Months and months in there, and all across the world.
Most people.
What is the book about? We don't even know what we're talking about.
The book is called Model Land, and Model Land is a fantastic modeling academy on the top of a mountain in a town called Metopia, and they build the world's most amazing models, and 7 models graduate each year, and the world is obsessed with these people.
In other words, it's a school where they train women to be models.
There you go.
And they pick them out at birth, almost like what they do with chess players in Russia.
No, they don't. They get discovered on a certain day called the Day of Discovery.
I see.
And then they get shipped off to this school. But
is it like Harry Potter for models?
It's like America's Next Top Model with some magic. Sprinkle some Harry Potter, sprinkle some Hunger Games in there. I've heard Alice in Wonderland. I've heard Charlie and the Chocolate Factory from different critics.
Has the book been reviewed?
It has.
Did you get good reviews?
Oh my God, Howard! My first review was from Publishers Weekly, and it was amazing.
So, is that a big rush for you, more so than the TV, more than the modeling?
I love creating like stories, right? So this girl Tuki was interesting. At the beginning of this interview, you were asking me about my modeling career and all the stuff that has happened to me. So I got discovered at 15 years old. Tuki gets discovered at 15 years old.
So it's a lot about you.
It's very similar. I mean, Tuki has one green eye. Look at that.
Does Tuki ever have anal in the book?
Oh, Howard, that was really awful.
Why? Why is that awful?
That's awful because she's 15.
No, well, eventually she gets older.
No, that's
Oh, she stays
awful.
15 through the book?
Yes.
Well, then anal's out of the question. That is awful.
Yes.
Well, how do I know that? Are you
Yes.
still afraid of
Tuki's
dolphins?
never even kissed a boy.
Is Tuki afraid of dolphins?
Tuki is afraid of dolphins, yes.
How are you afraid of dolphins? Does that freak you out? On your TV show, you were afraid of dolphins.
No, I am afraid of dolphins.
Well, how did you develop this fear, and when did you discover it?
And why try to get over it? Who cares? When are you going to encounter a dolphin?
Anyway?
No, I wanted to get over it because I used to have dreams that I was in a swimming pool and dolphins were like bumping into my legs.
And that freaked you out?
It freaked me out.
So on your TV show, you put yourself in a tank with dolphins?
Yeah, I went to SeaWorld and please stop it.
Did it cure you?
I thought it did, and I went on my show and like...
You
know,
freaked
tried
out.
but then I started talking about it and I started crying on stage again. And then at SeaWorld, I was like, okay, I went through stage 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me like tread water with the dolphin, and the dolphin can do that tread water thing that they do, and I'll do it in front of them. And my guide said, I'm sorry, I can't allow you to do that because you're still a mess, and you could flail and like hurt the dolphin's eye or something. So I was a danger to the dolphin.
I've read reports that you're worth $160 million, and then I've read reports that you're worth $75 million. What are you worth exactly? Down to the dollar.
I would never in a million years tell you.
Oh, you are a multimillionaire.
I would
though.
never in a million years tell you.
You could probably just retire from America's Top Model, even if you never did a talk show or anything else, right?
I live very like frugally. I live underneath, which I always tell people to do that so that you're not at mercy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I try to be conservative.
And so do you see yourself now, because it freaked me out when you walked away from a hit television show.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did you walk away from the talk show?
Why would you I thought you were lining up to be like the next Oprah or something. This was the plan. We had a plan, and then you threw it all away.
Well, that wasn't my plan to be Oprah.
Yes, it was.
So no, it wasn't.
I'm telling you, that was your plan. You don't even know your own plan.
It was not my plan.
All right, what was the plan?
It was my plan. I'd still have a talk show. No, I honestly, a lot of it had to do with my well-being. I wasn't well. So doing America's Next Top Model. Physically
You were run down from doing the show?
Run down.
Is it a huge demand on your time to do a show like that?
To do both it is. So you have, with a talk show, you have to do 100 and something a year. And it'd be different if I was just showing up, but I was the producer of that show, and so it was hard.
In other words, you can't just walk in and they give you the topics and then you do it.
No,
you have to sit there and brainstorm and do things.
Everything from promos to budgets and to everything to guests and research and.
But when a show is successful like that, isn't it hard to finally pull the plug and say no? I mean, first of all, you were doing the show in L.A. You moved to New York. And then even the people moved with you to New York. And then supposedly they were upset with you because you canceled the show and they moved their lives and all that. Even all of that is a responsibility.
Yeah, it is a responsibility. I always have a responsibility. No matter what job and what production I do, that is a responsibility. But I still have to think about the health. But at the same time, you have to understand that the television business was also not necessarily doing well because of because of 2008, because of the recession.
Right.
So it also didn't necessarily make the most financial sense to continue as well.
So you were putting in a lot of hours. You said, hey, I'm doing very well financially. I don't need this aggravation of doing a daily talk show. And when you go to them and you say, I'm not going to do it anymore, do people try to talk you out of it?
No, it was a conversation that we had with the production company.
Right.
You know, because it's a business for them too. So
Right.
they're looking at, you know, advertising and dollars and the recession and everything. And so we just
Were they
decided
pissed
to
at you?
continue. No, they
No
weren't
one
pissed.
was mad?
No.
Do you miss it at all on any level?
No, not at all.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
You know,
just-
I kind of do miss interviewing people every now and then. It feels weird to be on this side.
Right.
You know, so I do like interviewing people. So
But you're not a fame junkie. You don't need that constant adrenaline rush of being out there.
I don't need that. I'm a creative junkie.
Right.
And I want to build my business. And I'm going to Harvard now, so I have like this. Like,
Oh, you're
obsession.
kidding. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I still can't figure this out. You go to Harvard for 3 weeks out of the year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get to go to Harvard for 3 weeks out of the year? And then what degree do you end up with?
So it's like an executive business degree.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I
so-
graduate next year.
And you live in the dorm for 3 weeks?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a roommate?
Nope. So we share a living room. We share a bathroom. I'm sorry, we don't share a bathroom.
There's a girl you share a living room and bathroom with?
Huh?
You share a living room and bathroom with another girl?
Not a bathroom, excuse me. We share a living room and like a dining room and a kitchen.
And then you walk in and, oh, there's Tyra Banks is my roommate.
Yeah.
That's not freaky to somebody? That's not different? That's not sort of weird?
It probably was weird in the beginning, but during the second terms and stuff, it hasn't been weird. And it's more than 3 weeks a year. I mean, the
And when you
first
go to
term is-
class, I imagine the boys at Harvard like what they see. I mean, I imagine it caused quite a stir,
I don't
right?
dress like this at
What do you
at
wear to
school.
class?
I wear jeans.
Would you
know,
ever wear a
t-shirts.
cheerleader outfit? Are you in the cheerleading team?
Yes, I wear a Harvard cheerleading outfit.
You would never
Howard.
wear a
Come on.
cheerleading outfit to class
Come
to show
on.
your professor?
You know what? I should do that.
Why not?
I should do that. Maybe they wouldn't cold call on me.
All right, so your life now, you gave up the talk show. You
Yeah.
said, is your health better now?
Much.
Right.
And I'm still super stressed. I mean, writing this book, Howard, I had a lot of stress. Like I broke out in this like crazy pimples. I had a little bit of alopecia. Do you know what that is? Like
Sure.
little hair loss. It was like the size of like a quarter on the side of my head because of the stress of this book.
Does your boyfriend start to look at you differently when you get the pimples and alopecia? And you go,
he's
hey, wait, I'm
very-
supposed to be with Tyra Banks. What the hell is this? I
What
got
is this
pimples
thing?
and fucking hair falling out of my head. I'm out of here. He didn't abandon you during
Not
that time?
at all.
I see.
Very supportive.
Does your boyfriend know your net worth? Did you ever discuss it with him? With John?
We're open.
You are open about it? You say,
Yeah.
listen, John, I'm worth $160 million. Shut the fuck up. You might be a banker, but I got all the bank I need. Do you ever say to him, look, this is what I'm worth? You sat him down?
No.
Do you know his net worth?
Howard, I'm not
Do you
talking
know
to
your boyfriend's net worth?
I'm not talking about his finances.
Tell me if you know
I'm the
his net
public
worth.
figure. He's not.
Do you know he's public?
No, he's
I
not.
see him with you. He's public around me. Do you know his net worth?
I'm not going to talk about that.
I got to tell you, Robin, if Tyra
Oh,
doesn't...
the way he talks about your guy, he loves him.
I know he loves him.
He loves him.
If it doesn't work out with Tyra
You're
and John...
setting me right up. That's what you've always
This is
said.
the guy you're waiting for. Successful.
He says to me one day, he goes, Robin, I met the guy
I heard that.
Yeah.
I know.
that you should be with. And
Yeah.
I'm like, who's this? Tyra's boyfriend.
Robin has right of
Robin, are
first
you
refusal.
single?
I am single.
Oh my God!
She's
You want me to
single.
hook you up with somebody?
Absolutely.
What do
Oh,
you
yeah.
like?
What do I like?
You like chocolate, vanilla?
She
I
likes
like
me.
everything.
Like
I
everything.
like a good person.
I'll tell you what she
Yes.
likes. She likes John. I know exactly what she likes. But this
Someone
John,
like John, apparently.
he's 6'5". He walks around straight.
He's
He doesn't-
6'7".
He doesn't even hunch over like
At
me.
6'7", he doesn't.
He's 6'7".
do, huh?
Yeah, huh? You're totally in love with this guy.
I cannot believe I'm talking about him
What
this much
he
with you.
must-
You know, the only reason why I'm
Why
talking
won't you
about him
ta-
this
you know,
much
I
is
don't
because I've been
understand
into
that.
your house.
Yeah, but I don't understand celebrities being embarrassed about the relationship that they're in. I'm in a relationship. I crow about it. I go, I'm in love. I
Oh, no,
love
I'm
this
not
woman.
embarrassed. No, what it is so when you are dating a famous person,
Right.
I feel like it's a little bit more public.
Okay.
Not, it's public domain.
Right.
But, when you don't, it's up to me, it's a little bit more private.
Does a guy have to jump through hoops for you? In other words, when John started dating you, did he have to date you for a month before he could even kiss you? Or
I'm not going to talk about that.
Yes, you are.
No.
Oh, you're absolutely going to talk about it.
No, I'm not.
So did he have to wait like a month or a week to kiss you? And how long before he gets into your pants? I mean, I would imagine I'd have to work a girl like you forever.
This is so funny. This Howard in front of me is so different
I
than
know.
the
You
Howard
met
at his
this
house
guy
in
at
the
his
Hamptons
house,
that had to break
and
a bunch
you're like,
of
I don't
This is
want
the
to talk to
Howard.
this guy.
This was the Howard that was in front of you, but I kept it under control. Now he's locked.
I feel
he's
like
unleashed.
now I am in a house full of white lacquer and black
That's right, and you
leopard.
need to make that sign.
Tyra Banks' novel, Model Land, is in stores tomorrow.
Yes.
And don't miss Tyra on America's Next Top Model, premiering this Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on the CW.
Totally. It's all stars.
Oh, so these
Does
are
Adrian
girls who are
Curry
coming
come back?
Adrian does not. No, we don't want winners to come back.
When you're running a show like that, it's a lot of headaches, too. Janice Dickinson proved to be a nightmare for you. True. I think she's nuts. I enjoy having her on the show because sometimes
she is a wild woman.
Yeah, but that was painful to you, right? I mean, you had to fire her.
You know, no, there's no firing.
There isn't?
No.
Doesn't she still sort of?
There's that seat is a supermodel, like a
rotating seat.
That seat was a what do you call it? A supermodel that had more experience than I did.
Right.
So no, there wasn't firing.
What was it? She was the first season, right?
She was about 4 seasons, and then we had Twiggy and we've had Paulina. So
So you had her for 4 seasons, but she started to say terrible things about you in the press. She was biting the hand that feeds her. I mean, you were good to her. Did you ever sit there and pull the hair out of your head and go, what did I do to this woman? I mean, I gave her a job.
Yeah. Well, no, the thing is, one thing my mom told me, my mom said, no matter what people like that say, you have to remember 2 things: that you gave them an amazing opportunity, and another thing is you have to remember that they are older than you and they were there before you, and you should never disparage them, no matter what they say. So that's what my mom
That's the high road. But meanwhile, it causes you a lot of stress because she starts to...
No, it doesn't cause me a lot of stress.
No?
No, I still have to acknowledge the fact that I hired her. You know what I mean? And I knew who I was hiring. Do you understand?
Yes.
And Top Model was very successful and had a very successful start.
So
and
you put up, she's the nudnik on the show, and it works.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I knew what I hired.
When is the last time you saw her or spoke to her?
I don't know, Howard.
Years. And if you saw her in the street, you would ignore her, wouldn't you?
would run.
You would run.
No, I'd probably
be screaming and running after
laugh and say, "Girl, what's up with you?"
If you had a daughter, would you let her go into modeling?
I couldn't stop her, but I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't encourage it.
Why?
It's just. I just think there's so many other different things to do. If it was something, if the modeling world was calling her, then I couldn't stop her. If it was something that she was really just trying, and I didn't feel that, I felt like there was better things for her, then I would encourage her to do it.
When you do that Victoria's Secret stuff and you're practically naked walking down the runway, you're so sort of prudish. I can't imagine you felt comfortable doing that.
I always had a cover up on the back.
Do you enjoy showing off your body? Is there a certain sexual thrill that comes out of it? I mean, a certain titillation that perhaps?
Not at all. I just liked working the runway.
Right.
Yeah, but I always covered up. I always had like a little something on the back.
But then the Sports Illustrated stuff.
Yeah.
Do you
That's
like doing that?
kind of out there.
Have you ever posed nude?
No.
You've never done a naked thing?
No.
Never shown a nipple in any pictures, even if it's an art picture?
No. Not consensually.
When I say the Sports Illustrated
it might
stuff
be
was
something
out there, it was very sexy.
Yes.
That was a side of you.
Sports Illustrated is very sexy.
Yeah.
I used to joke and say that I know how to act sexy for a photo, but it's not as natural in person for me. Or it's just not as natural for me.
Who's the most beautiful woman you ever saw?
Ever saw?
Modeling.
Christy Turlington's pretty amazing. Iman. It's pretty beautiful.
Beautiful? You friends with her?
Iman?
Yeah.
No, not friends, but she's has that kind of a mentor type of thing.
You ever hang out with her and Bowie?
No.
Have you seen him? Is he fat? That's what we
Is
need
Bowie
to know.
fat? Someone told me he will not leave his apartment because he's fat.
Oh,
that
come
was a rumor.
on.
I'm not
That's
kidding.
ridiculous.
No, I'm being serious. He won't tour or anything because he's fat.
That's ridiculous.
What do you know about that? You don't know anything about that.
Crazy ass rumors.
You lost a lot of weight, didn't you?
Not recently. Years ago, I did.
You look thin to me.
I do?
Yeah, you look good.
Oh, I don't. I think I've gained a little, though.
If Janice Dickinson was drowning, would you throw water on her? Or would you help her
Or would
out?
you throw her a life preserver?
I'd do more than throw her a life preserver.
Are you a religious person?
I would definitely make sure she survived. Huh?
Are you religious?
No.
You weren't raised in the church?
Oh, I was raised in the church, but I don't necessarily go to church all the time. But John and I, we go to church a couple times a month. He goes to church all the time. I go to church a couple times a month.
You believe in God?
Of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I mean, yes.
You mean you're definite that there's a God up there?
I think so.
You think you're going to die and we're going to go to heaven? And we're all going to hang out?
I don't know if you're going to be up there.
I'm trying to
you
find
know
out.
what? The Howard in the Hamptons
Will go.
answers. He'll go.
He's going to heaven.
He's going to heaven.
This one today is
This
not.
one is friggin' burning, man.
What do we do with this one?
All right, let's go to a couple of callers. First of all, we're here to celebrate Tyra's novel, Model Land. It's in stores tomorrow. She's very excited about it. She wrote it herself. Okay, some people commented, but she wrote it.
She wrote it.
Don't miss Tyra on America's Next Top Model. Premieres this Wednesday night at 9 o'clock on the CW. How many years has that been on?
A long time
This is cycle 17 that's starting. So cut that in half.
Tyra will be signing copies. Tyra will be signing copies of her book Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at the Barnes & Noble on the 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica. What are you going to wear to that?
Something really saucy.
Oh, yeah? Whoa, why not? Let's hear. What are you going to wear?
I don't know. I think I'm going to wear like some like pants. And,
pants. Wear something like this. Shows off your curves.
I'm going to wear something that shows off curves, but it's going to be pants.
No, guys don't want to see pants.
Because I'm not doing just normal signings. I'm like doing these kind of like symposiums with people.
So wear
I don't
a
want to
dress.
just go hi. I'm talking on stage and it's interactive with the
Wear
audience.
this and wear those heels, and people will come.
How? And I'm going to be talking to young girls.
So what? For
my
additional signing dates and locations, go to modellandbook.com. King of All Blacks, you're on the air. Go ahead. Real quick for Tyra. We're running out of time. She's got an important life. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, like, I love all women. I love black women. But what happens is when they get powerful and they get money, they get stubborn and they're kind of hard to get along with.
Is that right? I'm glad
Tyra,
you're telling us that.
Are you powerful and stubborn?
And hard to get along with.
I'm not hard to get along with, King of All Blacks.
Well, that's like Beyonce, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell, like, Jay-Z said, like, she said, now you could get me pregnant, so he got her pregnant.
Oh.
She calls the shots in that relationship, right? Yeah.
I don't even think so.
King of All Blacks, are you just intimidated by strength?
No. Well, I don't like a strong woman anyway. I like who kind of weak.
He doesn't.
Exactly. That sounds
He's a
like
weird
that's
guy.
what that's
He's
coming
into
from.
he gets married. You're a foot fetishist.
Oh God!
Yeah.
When you said she couldn't, when you said you wouldn't let Howard see your feet, I'm sitting in the sweeper going, damn.
Jim, real quick, go ahead.
Tyra, do you use a vibrator or just your fingers when you
Tyra, do you ever use... Now, you're giving him the cutoff sign. You don't believe in a vibrator? Robin uses a vibrator.
Here we go. What have I got to do with anything?
I thought that meant she uses her fingers.
Oh, stop it.
Let's go to... I don't know. Gary, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
Hey, I just want to say to Tyra, I'm probably one of the most straightest guys you'll ever meet, and my wife has got me hooked to America's Top Model. I don't know hide the hair of fashion, but I just like the challenges you guys do on the show, and I just think it's a great show. Now, a follow-up question is...
So a straight man can... That's not a question.
A straight man can like America's Next Top Model.
Exactly, and the straight men always say, my wife likes it, and I watch it with her.
I should be watching that show this season.
You should totally watch
I will
it this
watch
season.
it. I'm going to get into it.
I asked you to be a photographer this season, and you said no.
Well, yeah.
You're getting into photography. Do you want to do it this new season? We're about to start a new season.
No, I'm not not that good. Believe
I can
me.
hold your hand through this.
You don't want me doing that. Trust me. I'm a pain in the ass. What is it, Gary?
She has to go soon.
Tyra has to go?
Yeah.
All right.
My follow-up question is, what kind of girl is she in the bedroom? I think she's a crazy, crazy girl.
Tyra's very conservative, I think. Tyra, answer the question.
I'm not answering that damn question.
All right, listen, Tyra. Oh, High Pitch Eric wants to say hello.
Oh,
Let him
dear.
say it. Yes. Go ahead, High Pitch.
Hi, Tyra, how are you?
Hi, High Pitched Eric.
Listen, I love you very much, and I want to know, do you have a boyfriend? If not, I would love to go out with you. You're at the hottest.
Would you ever date a High Pitch Eric?
Aren't you lucky that you're already taken?
That's right. Is the dating scene the worst, though, Tyra? Seriously. Are you
Dating's-
glad you're in a relationship?
Yeah, dating's not fun.
It's not. Why is it not fun?
But you know what's not fun is wondering, is he going to call? Does he like me? Da-da-da. Does he really have a girlfriend? And he says he doesn't have a girl. It's just all that stuff is just awful.
It's more comfortable to be in a relationship,
so.
and you feel like someone has your back.
I
and
think
you feel,
so.
Right.
All
It's
that
true.
dating crap.
Yeah, I want Robin out of that dating scene. I really want her hooked up. I really need you to work on that because I'm not getting anywhere. I tried to set her up. She didn't want anything to do with it. Tyra's Model Land is in stores tomorrow. It's a big deal for her. She wrote a book. It's a very satisfying thing to write a
Yes,
book, I imagine.
and the book there's fantasy in here. The supermodels have superpowers.
Are you hoping to get this made into a movie? Is that what the plan is?
I've already been offered a movie when I was writing it, and I said no. I held off.
Why would you say no?
Because I didn't want to focus on writing and thinking about a movie. I didn't want some producer saying, make sure you add this, make sure you add this. I just wanted to tell the story.
I see.
Yeah.
So
and I
much
don't
for
think
good.
you and Beth are boring. We will be calling you
yeah,
guys to have another
What did you think?
exciting
Did
dinner.
you think they dropped you?
You do think we dropped you?
Yeah, I thought we were dumped, maybe.
Really?
Yeah, but we get dumped by everyone.
You really thought we
How
were
does
dumped?
it happen? What do you mean by that? I mean, what are you expecting?
People don't enjoy us as a couple, I don't think.
Well,
Oh,
what
no,
are you
we
saying? That
did.
you
We enjoy you a
invited-
lot.
You
You do?
invited
A lot,
them,
a lot.
and you had dinner, and you went out a couple of times, I guess, or something.
Yeah, we went out again, too.
Yeah, and then nothing?
Yeah, most
You know,
people are like
but
that
you
with
never
us, though.
really invited us again.
Well, we've invited you a bunch of times. You haven't been
just
around. You haven't been around.
I think you probably had like bigger parties and stuff. I tend to be a little antisocial. I
Yeah,
prefer
and that's
more
the other
intimate.
thing I hear. Yeah, so, listen, she's got rules, and everybody's got rules. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know the
I don't want
rules.
to offend anybody. You know what I mean? I don't know. We're just having some people over. Oh, Tara doesn't like
God, people.
She doesn't want people. She has rules.
Yeah.
So?
But, no, we'll invite you again.
Yes.
No, but we've known other celebrity couples that dump us.
You've been dumped by
Right,
who?
you said that. Well, Rebecca, I think you think.
Rebecca
they
and
dumped
Jerry
you.
got rid of us. Even Kelly and Mark haven't been in touch with me in a long time. Yeah, we were pretty friendly with them. They even Mark married us,
you.
but I didn't hear from them all summer.
Oh dear.
I think Beth and I are just boring to hang around with. People think I'd be a lot of fun.
You're expected to put on a bigger
Yeah.
show, I guess.
I'm incredibly dull. Really, people
No,
are
it was
just
really
boring.
nice. I think you're very nice.
Thank you. Listen. I think
Not
the
nice
world of
enough
you.
to see again.
Yeah, right. But anyway, Tyra, and say hello to John for
I
me,
will. And you say
please.
hello to Beth.
Yes.
Darling.
Absolutely.
All right.
And
Say it again, Howard.
Yes, the book is Model Land. Pick it up and read Tyra. I will read it.
Will you?
Well, I've only read 2 books, but
Will you give it to your daughter?
sure. I'll
Your
give it to her.
youngest.
Yeah.
The one with the pretty pink bedroom. Can I say that? Or will
Yeah,
she be
sure.
pissed that I
No,
saw
she
her
won't.
bedroom?
No, listen, now she's in college. She doesn't have a pink bedroom
Okay.
anymore. She redid that. That's when she
Okay.
was a little girl.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You really think we dropped you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I didn't think that at all. In fact, I mean, no, not at all.
That's
Honestly.
not the case.
Oh my God, you are tall. I
Yeah,
don't
but
even
I'm not.
remember
She's
how
wearing
tall
20
you
I'm not as
are.
tall as I am.
Oh, it's the shoes.
Yeah, it's the
yeah,
shoes.
it's good to see you.
Look.
Oh my goodness, there you are. There you are.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
to see you. You have a little something on your nose.
Do I? Oh, you know what that is? Is it, oh, wait, what is that?
It's a little white thing. I don't know. Maybe from the cup or
Well,
something.
I just got, oh, that's exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
It's that thing.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
I don't think it was there all the time.
Tyra,
It's good to see you.
you did a great job.
Thank you.
You were great. Good luck with the book.
Oh, my God. It's
So you're only doing one signing?
No. That's, I don't know why they only had that one. I'm doing,
Why didn't they give me the whole list?
I don't know.
Tell them to give me the list.
Yeah? Will you do
Yeah,
it
sure.
for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did they do that?
I was wondering if they did that just because I was the most recent one.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, the one
maybe that's it.
coming up.
Yeah, but
no, it'd be
are you
nice
doing
to
one in
do-
New York?
I'm doing New York, LA, Chicago,
They should have given me the list.
Dallas, Miami.
People are interested in that. You know.
Okay, so I'll have them do it right now, actually.
All right.
Okay.
Tyra, say hi to John.
I'm not professional.
Oh, you're not professional.
I'm not. Did you see this? This is for Howard's website.
Okay, Tyra. You've experienced on-air Howard. What do you think?
He was on air. There was moments of off air, but I think he just can't help himself.
Where he's trying to be that guy at the dinner party.
He's trying to be the guy at the dinner party, but on air Howard just keeps socking him up the face.
What?
So unfortunately, dinner party Howard going to heaven. On air Howard.
He's hellbound. So what happens at the next dinner party? Are you going to give him some...
At the next dinner party, I think I'll have it at my house, and I'll cook him a special recipe.
Good
Put
luck.
things in there that, you know.
Will you match up Robin?
I'm going to try to find somebody for Robin. Just not sure about her taste. I need more information. Okay.
Good luck with your book.
Bye.
2008 that he missed the camaraderie of snorting coke in the bathroom with his buddies, and like sometimes he'll even go and hang out in bathroom stalls because he just misses, I guess, that closeness. The whole Napster thing, we never got into him with that. They were like leading the lawsuit for musicians against Napster, and he says he never really imagined that backlash was going to be so strong to that.
Right.
They resisted putting their catalog on iTunes in 2006. I'm always curious why that was. He says, they almost broke up, but performing with the Rolling Stones brought them together because everybody else was out. He says he thinks James Hetfield is homophobic in 2001, and he thinks that means that's a sign you're not comfortable with your sexuality. Him and Kirk Hammett used to tongue kiss on stage just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Hetfield also said in the same Playboy interview that he didn't think Lars was a great drummer. And he's also thrown Lars through drum kits several times. And then you see there's some great quotes there about groupies.
Right.
Good morning, Lars.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
You know what? Doing fine, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks.
Thanks. Is there any hot water in my near future?
Absolutely.
Right.
Whatever you'd like.
Is that your department?
Yeah, not really, but I can make it happen.
Okay.
Come right this way.
All right.
So you excited for this interview?
Very.
You enjoy this Howard Stern character?
Yes, I've been here a couple times. I've never been in the new building. Look forward to. Is this Scott Greenstein's office in here?
No.
Scott, how are you? Good morning. I'm glad you worked it out with everybody.
Lars is a member of one of the greatest bands that there ever was, called Metallica. Everyone knows it. What an incredible life. Beating all odds, becoming the man. Look at you, Lars. What'd you do? You cut your hair off? You shaved your head?
His hair's been cut off for a long time.
Not this short.
I think I was just trying to beat it to the punch. It's been.
You going bald?
Yes. There you go.
The short answer to that.
I don't know if bald is the right word, but it's been doing its best to fall out for the last couple of years.
Do you miss the hair?
Stood standing next to Rob yesterday, who still has hair down here. I was like, he's got enough to make up for all of us.
Lars, when you were a boy growing up, did it see? I mean, the thing that I like most about Metallica, aside from the music, is this story. It's glamorous in the sense that it was such a hard luck story. You grew up very poor, didn't you?
I grew up in a very bohemian situation in Denmark. I don't know if poor is the right word. Denmark is a social democracy working.
Did your family ever expect you to be a success? I mean, when you were just a kid, I mean, I'm sure they used to look at you like, he's some little shit. And it seemed like all you guys kind of had a chip on your shoulder. I like that. I had the same chip.
I grew up poor in the friendship area. I was a bit of a loner, kind of alienated, and just enveloped myself in music.
Did you have friends in Denmark?
I had friends, yeah, but it was we weren't part of like the big gang. We were sort of hovering on the edge, doing our thing, enveloping ourselves in music, and kind of.
How old were you when you knew you were going to be in music?
14, 15.
When did you start playing the drums?
A couple. My dad was a professional tennis player, so I grew up in the world of tennis and traveled around on the tennis circuit all over the world.
Were you almost a professional tennis player?
I was, in my mind, I was almost a professional tennis player.
Is that what you wanted to do, to bond with your father?
I don't know if it was to bond with my father, but I wanted to. It was what I knew, so it was sort of what I wanted to do. And in Denmark, I was actually in the 12 and 14s. I was ranked in the top 10 in the country.
No kidding.
As
a team or as an individual player?
As an individual player.
There's no team in tennis.
Well, sometimes they have like doubles and things like that, and they have like group competitions where schools go, so it's collective points and that kind of thing. So you're saying as an individual player, you were ranked top 10.
In the country.
In the country, in Denmark.
In Denmark, okay, right. Which is about, the size of the West Village.
But nevertheless, a pretty big accomplishment.
But it was also, you gotta understand, I come from a sort of a tennis dynasty family. My father was the best tennis player in Denmark. His brother was the second best tennis player in Denmark.
Is that how you got your father's love? I mean, was he a cold kind of guy? That, like, if you were a good tennis player, then he paid attention to you and his eyes would light up?
I think that if he was sitting here, he would find that to be quite exaggerated. I was pretty into doing it myself. It was what I knew.
And so your entire childhood was devoted to more toward tennis than to learning the drums.
Tennis was tennis was kind of my day job. Music was my passion, and it was the same thing with my father. My father loved music. There was a lot of music around the household when I was growing up. He actually, in his spare time from playing tennis, wrote about music for Danish newspapers.
Did your father ever say to you, listen, if you want to be a great tennis player, knock off the music passion and get passionate about tennis?
No.
No pressure that way.
No. But what happened was that when I finished the school in Denmark when I was 16, I came to America to play tennis for a year at, do you know who Nick Bollettieri
Oh,
is?
sure, down in Florida.
That's the big tennis school.
Yeah, so the first year that Nick Bollettieri's tennis academy in Sarasota, Florida, got off the ground, I was there, and I was the only kid out of the 50 kids that was there that didn't go to school because I'd finished school in Denmark. So I was there in the tennis academy, or the tennis prison, as I called it at the time.
Other guys talk about the Nick Bollettieri school. It's like, I'm thinking of, what's his name, who had the long hair? And Agassi. Was he there with you, those guys?
Agassi was not there yet. The first year I was there, there was a guy named Paul Annacone, who is now Federer's coach. There was a guy named Tom Fontana, Jimmy Arias, who became a fairly well-known player for
Did Nick Bollettieri say to you, hey, kid, you've got some talent here, and I think that you can go places? Or did he just basically say, listen, you're wasting your time, go be a drummer for Metallica? What did he say?
Nick said, jump on it. That was the main thing he said to me. He says, jump on it, kid, jump on it.
Jump on the ball.
Jump on the ball. So I would do my best to jump whenever Nick spent a lot, and I don't want to be disrespectful here, but Nick spent a lot of time. There was kind of a pecking order system. So over on court 1 was where all the, Jimmy Arias, all the star kids were, and I was lucky in the fact that obviously he was very respectful of my father, so I was up on maybe court 2 or 3.
But isn't that a good learning technique? In other words, he makes it so you want to be on court 1, so that it's humiliating in a way?
Absolutely. And he would sort of wander over to the lower courts occasionally, and then, he would come over, come on over, jump on it. Okay. Wow, this is what we paid $20,000 for.
In other words, when a guy says to you in tennis, jump on it, it's almost like a life coach, like, oh, go jump on it. But meanwhile, like, that's kind of a horseshit phrase. Like, hey, man, teach me a better backhand, right? In other words, teach me something. Don't give me a pep talk. Jump on it. So you learned nothing over there. Did that discourage you from becoming a professional tennis player?
Yes.
Could you have made a pro career out of tennis, do you think?
No, what happened was that, like I said, in Denmark, I was, sort of ranked in my age groups and so on. When I came to America at that time, and then after Sarasota, we moved out to L.A. the following year, I didn't actually make it on the tennis team at the high school in Newport Beach.
Really?
I wasn't one of the 7 best tennis players.
In your high school?
In Corona Del Mar High School. And that was a bit of a buzzkill.
Oh, boy. That's an eye-opener.
Why did you go to high school? You were in Denmark. You finished high school at 16, and then you moved to the States, and then you had to go back to high school?
Well, the idea was to come and play tennis for the last 2 years at Corona Del Mar High School, where this guy, Roy Emerson, a famous Australian tennis player, his son, Anthony, was there. So he was the star player, and I was going to slide in and be number 2 underneath him. And that took a severe wrong turn one after
What was wrong with your game?
Trials.
What was the problem that you couldn't become a great professional tennis player?
I didn't have the tenacity to do the 6-8 hours of all that shit every day. I was just tennis. Where I grew up, tennis was something that was about having fun, was a social element. All the players down at the clubs, they would play, and then they would drink beers and smoke cigarettes. It was kind of like a very social endeavor. In America at that time, in the wake of McEnroe and Connors and this whole thing, every middle-class parent in the United States sent their kids into these tennis factories to try to have the kids be their meal ticket, out of middle class,
So in a sense, you believe, your philosophy is that you had the natural talent. It's just that you didn't have this insane drive that middle-class parents put into it. They all want the next McEnroe.
And I also got kind of turned off by by that thing of 6 hours every day, just drills down the line, and
it's no longer fun.
It just became very I don't know, military. It was very hard edged. And growing up in Denmark, where everything's kind of la-di-da, you float along and very bohemian.
And you just play games.
I can't even picture you in the outfit, quite frankly. The sweater and the. You know what I mean?
I had the silly little shorts on like everybody else in 1979 that were way too small at the time.
Right.
I see you wearing black with maybe a devil thing or something. I don't
remember those little shorts that were like that big?
Remember the little shorts.
Hard to get laid. It's a lot easier getting laid in Metallica Metallica than it is being in tennis.
And when you see those pictures now, you're thinking, what the fuck? How do we get into those?
So while this is going on, simultaneously, you're getting into music. Did you ever think of becoming a guitar player or a...
Yeah, why the drums?
Well, music, at that time, actually, that year that I was at Dietary's music, there was a 98 Rock in Tampa.
I know that
kept me alive, and that was a... Highway to Hell was just breaking. Judas Priest was just getting on the radio, and it was like that's what kept me alive. And I knew there was an incident which obviously I can talk about on your show. Me and a couple of other kids got busted for smoking pot at Nick Dietary's there. And,
no wonder he had it with you. No wonder you were on court too.
You jumped on the wrong thing.
And, what kind of boy are you?
So I had to. I mean, at that time, this was a place where there was like a lights out at 9 p.m. You couldn't leave the premises.
Right.
I'm 15, 16 years old, growing up in Denmark. I mean, I've got the run of the country. I've been going to concerts by myself since I was 10 or 11. I was totally. I mean, I was autonomous, living a normal life, and here I was stuck in this sort of
like a military school.
Exactly.
Yeah, they called it a prison.
Yeah, so I got up. We had to get up in front of the whole academy and talk about the evils of pot smoking.
And you were a shy guy, weren't you? Because you were antisocial, sort of. You're not the type that had a lot of friends.
It was not the easiest thing I'd done at that time, but it was also
public speaking.
It was so foreign to me, the whole thing, that you could actually get reprimanded for these things. We've been slightly dipping into the endeavors of, checking out some hash in Denmark and so on at the time. So the whole thing was kind of, it was frightening that you would actually get, punished for
So
this.
what was so Lars, what was the speech that you gave to the Dietary tennis crew?
Did you say, to us now?
Did you explain to them that marijuana was very bad and that it could lead to terrible
things?
Because
I think you could help some people even now.
I mean, what a nightmare.
Yeah, I have been bad. I've been disrespectful. I've been breaking the laws.
Is that what you said?
I don't remember. I think
How long was your speech?
I think somehow I just sort of smiled my way through it and said what they expected me to say. It was nudge, nudge, wink, wink. This is really bad.
Do you think some of the... Listen, every band has their animosity. I think you guys just happen to put it on film. But when bands, because it's so difficult to stay together for a long time, and you guys managed that, do you think James's problem with you is that James sees you as a guy who was privileged because you got to play tennis and you got to go to the Nick Dietary tennis school? And his story is like, complete, loserville. No one expected anything from him. Maybe he's jealous of your upbringing.
When we first met in Newport Beach in the summer of 1981, I had never met anybody in my life who was that shy. I mean, this is a guy who could barely, say the word hello.
Right.
I certainly couldn't look you in the eye. And when my parents, who were very welcoming and abrasive and, come in and sit down and have dinner, I mean, he couldn't deal with any of that stuff.
Antisocial.
And I, at that time, obviously didn't know, about Christian Science and all the stuff that he'd been dealing with for years and the loss of his mother and so on. But, we were just polar opposites, but we bonded over music, and we knew that we had that common dynamic music, but we were from two different planets.
Two different worlds.
Yeah, two different worlds. And it was, at that time...
and yet your passion is equally intense.
Oh, absolutely,
and
absolutely.
the same,
really
you love the same kind of music.
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's what bars together. But
right.
I think that initially he might have been a little jealous over the somewhat functioning family structure that I had going.
Sure.
I was the only guy in those circles that didn't hate my parents. I didn't rebel against my parents. I'd been, they were very abrasive. They would, serve us drinks, and
right.
I'd smoke pot with my parents.
You would smoke pot with your parents?
Don't say that.
Like, cool.
Isn't that weird? Was that a little weird?
No, because coming from where I came from in Denmark, it was not weird at all. But the point is that
James was jealous of your relationship because he didn't have that.
Exactly.
He was antisocial. He can't even, function sometimes. It's like, maybe he was a little bit envious.
Yes, I think that's an understatement. Yeah.
So when you're a tennis guy, okay, and you're and you're doing this thing, when do you start to actually physically buy a drum set and start to play it?
In Denmark, I had been down on the ground in front of my grandma begging I was maybe 10 or no, about 12.
12 years old.
It was like drums was supposed to be sort of my escape away from the discipline of tennis. So I started kind of playing when I was 12, 13.
Now, a lot of parents will say to a kid when they ask for drums, "Screw you! I don't want to hear that racket in my head." I asked my parents if I could play drums, and my mother said point blank, "You will play the clarinet because those drums, I don't want to hear you pounding on those drums all day." I understand her point. I don't want to hear that either. It's mean, but that's the way life goes. You realize how different your life would have been if you had my mother? Do you think anything could have stopped you from playing the drums? I believe my mother held me back.
I was pretty driven. As literally in the space of a week, when I didn't make the tennis team at Cornell Del Mar High School, I knew that music was my calling, and I just set all my sights on making that happen.
Is 12 years old too late to start playing drums in a sense? Don't kids have to start like when they're 5?
I was self-taught. I actually had to go back after we put our first record out. Before Ride the Lightning, I took drum lessons for about 6 months because there were some basic rudiments that I didn't even know.
You taught yourself drums?
Yeah, in the beginning, yes. Before the first couple of years of the band, I did it all myself, yeah.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, look at the success you are. And you mean you'd go downstairs, put on a record, and sit there and play along with the records?
Yes. Yeah.
Where would you do this? In your basement?
In my room.
In your room?
Yeah.
You had the drum set. You'd sit there and pound away to what records? Beatles records or something?
At that time, when I first got the drum kit, it was more Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, Thin Lizzy, that type of stuff.
Did anybody think of lessons for you? Did anyone? Your parents?
No.
They're so busy with that pot.
They were doing the whole tennis thing.
Tennis and pot. Tennis and pot. You will not play drums. So wait a second. We are smoking a pot now. So this is a thing where you decide, I want to be a drummer. You're 12 years old. You're playing these drums.
I decided I wanted to be a drummer after I didn't make the tennis team in Cornell Del Mar High School.
That was the big decision.
That was the calling. When the whole tennis thing it deflated in front of my eyes in the space of a week, literally. Then I knew that music was going to be my calling, absolutely.
How does one get to be a really good drummer? Did you practice 6-7 hours a day?
I played, pretty much all day. Played along to records. I mean, I certainly would. The responsible side of me would say, if I could do it all over again, taking a year or two of real basic rudimentary lessons. You've heard the word paradiddle and doubles and
double drum.
Sitting and learning all that shit on a snare drum and all that type of stuff. That was the stuff that I had to go back and learn after Kill 'Em All came out.
Wow. And when James said to you, I guess this was when a low point in the band, he went in Playboy and said, Lars is not a good drummer. Now this is the guy who is your everything. You are in a band together. Why did he attack you? And I'll ask you this question for one reason. This Keith Richards book makes me insane. Mick Jagger has been very good for Keith Richards and vice versa. Why would you write a book attacking Mick Jagger? Mick Jagger right now is off doing a solo thing because he got fucking fed up with this bullshit.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Why did Lars, why did James do that to you?
Well, you said it yourself. I mean, it was a low point. 2000, 2001 were, in the 30-year career of Metallica, those were the two dark years. There was a lot of shit going on that, he was dealing with a lot of his own demons, and you saw the movie, and it was just the low point.
But to attack your drum, I mean, you're a great drummer. Are you not a great drummer?
It's rational, obviously.
I mean,
Lars, are you a great drummer or not? I believe you are.
Thank you. I'm a very intuitive, and I believe that I'm the best drummer in the world to play behind James Hetfield's guitar.
Goddamn right you are. I mean, those are complicated songs. It's not easy stuff.
So I'm not a particularly technical drummer. I'm not interested in being a particularly technical drummer. I'm more interested in feel and
Could you go in a studio session and sit there and play on a commercial or something like that? That would just never appeal to you, right?
No, it would not, no.
And you would never play with another band?
I've never played with another. The only band I've ever been in is Metallica.
Mm-hmm. Didn't it strike you? I know your bass player had to be kicked out of the band because he decided to do side projects. And in your mind, you say, listen, it's It's not like this band needs money, right? It's not like this band needs money.
I just have to say, that was between James and Jason, which was right around that low point. And I'll tell you, a great thing about in Metallica is that when there's something going on that doesn't involve me, I stay the fuck out of it. I ran screaming in the other direction. It was like, yay, there's something bad going on here that doesn't actually involve me. I'll just stand on the sidelines
Is
and watch
James
this one.
unreasonable in that sense that, like, why can't Jason go do a solo project? But I understand James is saying, listen, we've got a great thing. You start doing solo projects. Either you're Metallica or you're a solo guy. Which is it? Choose your allegiance. Or is that too extreme in your opinion?
No, James was James's whole thing at that time was that he wanted that kind of loyalty, and he wanted that kind of dedication, and to stray from outside of Metallica was to show weakness. So his whole thing was kind of we ended up doing some therapy, as you're well aware of, and that whole thing was sort of like you suffocate people through love. That his whole thing was he loved Metallica so much, he loved Jason, he loved everything, that nobody was allowed to breathe outside of Metallica. And I think, fair enough, from Jason's point, he was not involved in the creative side of Metallica. He had no voice in Metallica, so he needed a creative outlet somewhere. So since he couldn't do it in Metallica, he ended up going elsewhere, and then James wouldn't let him do that. And
Did you go to James and say, James, aren't you being a little rough on Jason?
I stood on the sidelines.
He said, "I'm not talking about
like
me
a
today."
fucking pussy. No.
Are you afraid? Are you afraid of James?
No. At that time, like you were saying, just things were really fucked up in the band. It was a really rough year. We were very fractured.
Did Jason call you and say, "Lars, can't you talk to him for me"?
No.
You didn't?
No, that didn't happen.
What a career suicide, though. Here's Jason, who's in one of the most successful bands in the world. I would say to myself, you know what? Like, sure, I need a creative outlet. I'll sit home and jerk off. I'm not leaving this band. This is a great thing for me. I've got financial security. And let's face it, being in a cool rock band and getting laid and blowjobs and stuff is pretty fucking great. I'm not going to blow this thing. No. It's pretty cool.
It was. It definitely was a mind fuck for us because when you're in Metallica, you're a lifer. You're all the people that work for us. We have people that have been with us 25, 30 years.
It's like a gang.
Once you're in, you're in.
Right.
And you're not going anywhere. So Jason was the first guy that left, sort of voluntarily, and that definitely fucked with us. But I think in retrospect, fair play to him, and I actually respect him for doing what he believed was right. And I obviously did try to talk to him. I went out to his house one time when all this was going on and say, listen, I'm sort of caught in the middle of this whole thing. You do what you got to do. Either way, I respect you. And I think it was a huge decision, obviously, for somebody to walk out of this band, but what fair play to him.
Yeah, so James calls the shots in the band, though. If he makes that decision, that's it. He says, hey, the guy's out, and that's it.
No, actually, he left. No, James doesn't call the shots at that level. Jason left the band. Jason walked out of Metallica. He called the band meeting in about a month or two after this all went down. It was December of 2000, and said, got us all in the room and said, I don't want to do this anymore.
Are you guys calculated enough that you talk about your look? Now, I know you guys don't have a look.
What look?
No, wait a second. Yeah, but that's the point. If somebody's in Metallica and they show up wearing like a new leather jacket that's kind of like, hey, I'm trying to look tough. Do you ever sit someone down and say, listen, maybe
this doesn't look
Metallica? Does anyone ever discuss that? Because you guys have an anti-look. You know what I mean? If you came out dressed up like a boy band, everyone would say to you, stop. There has to be some sort of meeting of the minds on the look, the logos, the whole marketing of the band. True?
Listen, we're 30 years into this next month. There's been different periods and different expectations in that level. Certainly, this band in the last 10 years has been incredibly relaxed on all those types of fronts. I think in the 80s there was maybe a uniform. There was a sort of something that was expected. It was the black T-shirt gang and the black leather jacket gang, and we were all kind of, you're at that time you live together, you travel together, you sleep together, you eat together, you fuck together, you drink, you do everything together. You're chained to each other all the time. So obviously you're never going to stray completely outside of that sort of gang mentality. So it wasn't until we started kind of having enough money to buy houses and those types of things in the late 80s. And all of a sudden, like, one guy moves over there and another guy's over there. And then all of a sudden it's a little bit like, ooh, I remember, like, the first time I went furniture shopping, there was a little bit like, okay, do I have to get all black furniture?
Well, yeah. I mean, you made a statement just a few minutes ago. You talk about, first of all, to me, in my mind, I imagine being in a band as being maybe the ultimate trip in life. A successful metal band that has a cool image. And, you say you do everything together in the beginning. That's, I watch shows like American Idol and things like that. The reason those kids aren't successful, I think, is because they don't go on the road with their truck and live in shitty conditions and play constantly 24 hours a day and live together. There's something to that, right? I mean, you became a better drummer practicing with the band over and over again.
But also, I think the key word in what you're saying is really the word band, is the gang. What happens is that you end up sort of all keeping each other in check.
Right.
So there's not a sort of a leader and a guy that tells everybody what to do. So if you have a true band, which this band has always been, there's always this thing of keeping each other in check, not wanting to fuck up and let the team down, always trying to look out for each other. And there's something incredibly, you feel very secure within that, but you don't want to sort of stray too far from that.
But when you go on the road during the lean years, and you had many lean years,
yes, we
and
did.
You guys could have easily broken up and said, look, this thing isn't working. We're never going to make a living, and we got to have a life. But you stuck with it, and you start to learn when you play these dinky clubs what people really like. And really where you have to go musically. Yeah, you have your integrity, but at the same point, you've got to know your audience.
Sure.
And how else do you know your audience unless you put in those, like Outliers, 10,000 hours of work?
I mean, the only thing, the thing that was a little bit different from us than a lot of we never, at that time when we started in LA in 81, there was the whole thing about playing covers. You would go into the clubs and play covers. You'd play your Van Halens and your REO Speedwagons.
Right, the clubs demanded that.
Yeah, exactly. And so the one thing that we never did was we never played those radio-friendly covers. So we started, I was 17 when I started Metallica.
Would you play your own music always?
We didn't play our own music in the first couple of months, but we played heavy metal songs that nobody in America knew. They were all like these underground bands from England and Europe.
Right.
So we got a set list together really quickly of 6 or 8 or 10 songs by bands like Diamond Head and Sweet Savage and all these, and we went up and played them. Now, we didn't say they were Metallica songs, but we didn't say they were somebody else's songs. We just went up and played them, so people thought.
But people don't realize what balls that takes, because when you have no money, and you're out there, and you've got to support a band.
We all had day jobs, though, at the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying, when you go to a club, the club owner says, hey, listen, asshole, I want you to play these covers. Don't give me any shit. You actually stuck to your guns. And I'll bet you there were times where clubs said, I don't want Metallica here because they're not playing the hits.
Yeah, no, it was rough the first year in L.A. because at that time, it was 82, the Rats and the Motley Crues and all that type of stuff was kind of spreading its thing through all the L.A. clubs. So we show up in our unwashed jeans and T-shirts and with our bullet belts and our, acne and the whole thing.
You guys were scary looking.
And they were just looking at us going like, what fucking hole did you crawl out from? And
work on your image, boys.
Exactly. And then we go up and we play this, real rough, sort of European-sounding, thrashy, punky stuff. People were like,
were you ever
running for the exits?
Were you ever tempted to compromise? Did you guys ever sit and say, you know what, we could probably make a lot more money if we became, like Motley Crue?
No,
but they're 17-year-olds, Howard. They're not thinking about
No, it was actually the other way around. It fueled us. It actually gave us more... it fueled us.
You were angry, like, hey, fuck you, we're going to do it our way.
We had a lot of contrary energy the first couple of years,
But the reason I say that is because I see today, people are willing to bend and mold to whatever it is that you want them to, like American Idol. They'll go, you know what, guys, I think you should sing something this. Oh, okay, I'll change my whole image.
Because at that time, I mean, listen, we weren't, there wasn't this drive to make it. I worked at a gas station and I delivered.
Was that your day job?
Yes, I was a cashier at a gas station.
Why weren't you a tennis pro?
Because I'd been humiliated at Crowell Del Mar High School for not being one of the 7 best fucking players there. So I walked away from that. I got myself a job at the Costa Mesa gas station being a cashier.
Right.
And then every night at 6 o'clock, I would drive up to Norwalk and meet up with Hetfield and Mustaine and the boys. And we would start drinking and we would start playing. And we had so much fun. So there was never.
Mustaine was mad at you because you didn't mention him at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. True?
He's been mad at me for years over many things that I may or may not have done, so it's difficult to keep up with that, but we're all good now. Thanks.
Lars, did you ever get laid as a cash register guy at the gas
I'm
station?
the guy at the gas station.
That would be something to really be proud of. It's easy when you're in Metallica.
I did not know.
You know, it's funny with you guys. You made a statement before. When you're in a band, you even fuck together. That is true, right? I mean,
yes.
There were years where you guys. I mean, it's funny. I don't think of you guys as the traditional rock stars. You're sort of the anti-rock stars. But yet, you did indulge in the groupie thing and the drug thing a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of coke.
Yes. Well, I've been pretty honest about all this over the years. And
do you miss it?
No, I had a lot of fun.
Why did you stop doing coke?
Because of the day after. I would feel so bad the next day that it wasn't worth it anymore.
When you're in a group scene and the whole band's fucking, you didn't ever accidentally fuck one of the other guys in Metallica, but I mean, you could slip.
You were very high.
Listen, there were times when the lights were off.
Maybe that's why James is so angry.
Who knew what orifice we were getting into at the time? But we were doing our best to not fuck each other. But we certainly would chase after a lot of the same girls, and there was a lot of hand-me-downs and so on at the time.
Was it a wild scene? I mean, would it be like you would date James's girlfriend and he'd date your, or there'd be drama like that with the women?
I don't know if the word dating was applicable.
Right.
But it was crazy. And the thing that was different about our thing versus a lot of our peers was that, I don't need to mention names, but a lot of the other bands were very public about their
conquest.
About their behavior and their debauchery. We kind of kept it very quiet. So we were still engaged, but it was more kind of low profile, and that was pretty cool. But we had a lot of fun for a lot of years, and I'm so glad that we did it. But
what is the fun? What is the fun? Yes, drugs. Women. The women thing. What? Take me into that room when. What is it? You get done with the show, and then women are just there. They're lined up. Who lines up these women? How does it work?
How do they get back?
Lars, take me there. How does the whole system work in a nutshell?
Well, first you gotta first you gotta hire English crew people, because English road managers and English minders have a different relationship. It just starts off that when you have an English tour manager talk English to a girl in Omaha, Nebraska, oh my God, the accent. So they're already one step ahead just because they have English accents.
Right.
And then they get them into what's called the after show room.
Right.
And then the band members would go into the after show room, and there would be, all the,
Would a lot of women show up at a Metallica concert? I always thought it was
enough women showed up.
Enough. It's mostly guys.
Every woman who came in.
Because metal guys, one of the guys who works for me, Richard's a really good drummer, and he was in metal bands. He's been in Death and all these other bands, and he'd say it was all guys. He never got laid once when he went to these metal shows.
The cup. What is it? The cup runneth over. We were fine.
We were fine. Would you say were there hundreds of women, thousands of women?
There were probably thousands in the audience. There were, I don't know if there were hundreds backstage, but
could you walk backstage?
There was never a shortage.
Could you walk backstage after a show and a woman just puts her mouth on your penis and blows you like you don't even know her name, you don't know anything, and then boom, it just happens?
That may be slightly exaggerated, but there were times where there were never words exchanged. Sure.
Wow.
You're a father now, right?
But I'm telling you, it. When you talk about the 80s, and let's just make sure that we're talking about, sort of the 80s, the early 90s, there was one magical element to all this, which you can't forget, which is the tour bus.
Uh-huh.
At that time, tour buses were like magnets. When tour buses rolled into towns, I mean, people would just start chasing after, you roll
matter who was
gig,
in there.
No, it's just, I mean, I remember, like in Salt Lake City, I mean, you'd roll in and just girls would like run after the tour, but people just, they were
girls
magnets.
Considered a badge of honor to get into the tour bus.
Absolutely, yes, and into the back lounge of the tour bus. That was as close to rock and roll heaven as you could get, was the back lounge of a tour bus.
Would you be discerning? In other words, you get back in the bus and there's a whole bunch of women back there, and let's say there's, I don't know, a fat chick or something. Would you let her blow you just to be a nice guy about it, and say, I don't want to hurt your feelings? So would you do that, or would you actually pick one that you were attracted to? Was there any kind of
There may have been a little bit of that, sure.
A little bit.
You know, we're a full-service organization, sure.
You really took care of your fan.
If your dream is to spend 5 minutes with one of the members, yeah, we can accommodate that.
With the people in your crew, as you got more and more successful, would they say to you, "Hey, listen, Metallica"?
The crew were always they were the gateway, sure.
Right? Would they ever say, "Hey, listen, let us in the back of the bus too, there, and let us have some fun"? Why are you guys always having all the fun?
Well, the crew would have all the fun till the band would show up, and the crew would, you would have these. And I'm not saying anything that I haven't said 100 times before, and I'm not saying anything that I'm sure you haven't heard before. But within that world, it was the pass system.
Yeah.
So you could always identify there were different passes that went to different people. So there were codes written on the passes. So when you saw a girl at 6 o'clock, or if you saw a girl at 11 o'clock after the show, you could quickly just look at the pass, and there would be codes on there to see, was this a crew girl? Was this somebody that was there just for the band? I mean, that whole thing was very well taken care of.
You have to know,
organized.
You have to know a lot more than drumming to be in a band.
Remember the code?
Oh yeah, and that's where these English tour managers and English minders would come in handy.
Because you were a shy kid kind of growing up. You were sort of, as you described, a little bit antisocial. Did you get laid a lot in high school, or when the band hit, that's when it started to all happen?
I didn't get laid till the band started.
The band was the catalyst.
Yes, no,
You were a virgin?
Hand on heart, yeah.
Wow.
I ran off with one of Dave Mustaine's girlfriends. That was the.
Was that your first?
That was the first.
That's how you lost your virginity.
Yes.
You lost your virginity. You stole Dave Mustaine's girlfriend.
I don't know if the word "stole" is applicable, but it was. Dave Mustaine was a very, very cool guy. He looked fantastic. He was very socially competent. He was like king shit in Huntington Beach, and he had a whole circle of people around him. And there was a lot of I got to court 3 or 4.
Right. He was on court 1.
I didn't make it all the way up to court 1.
Too bad there was a Nick Bollettieri girls' school.
Exactly.
So Dave was the man. Do in bands, when you fuck a guy's girlfriend, there isn't the drama that we see in real life. In other words, Dave probably didn't care, did he?
Oh, no, he was on to the next one, as Dave Grohl would say.
So he didn't come to you and say, "Hey, Lars, what are you doing? That's one of my prime girls." No, it was nothing like that. Do you go and tell him you fucked his girlfriend?
There may be a chance. It's the first time I've ever spoken about this publicly.
Maybe a chance he has no idea. So you kept
At
it
least
on.
now we have a topic of conversation when I see him tomorrow.
You kept it on the QT.
Yes.
At what point, though, do you meet James? So you're the tennis guy. We missed this part of the story. You're this tennis guy. And suddenly, you kind of, I'm going to devote my life to music. How do you meet up with
There was a paper that you would get, a freebie paper you'd get at 7-Eleven called The Recycler. Cars for sale and all this type of shit. And there was a musicians wanted section in that. So I put an ad in The Recycler saying, drummer looking for other musicians to form a band with. And he called.
Called you, this shy guy.
Well, actually, his friend called, and me and him and his friend met up, and I didn't get along terribly well with his friend, but I saw that this James guy, he was kind of responding to the same music that I was into.
So you have a conversation first. Hey, I'm into this, I'm into that. If he starts saying, hey, I'm into the cow sills, you don't have a match. And so this guy musically understood. He was doing the same thing. He was into the cow sills. So this guy, why is that funny to you?
That's just funny. I don't know.
I ran an ad for a guy who's into the cow sills. That's why I'm not in a band.
That's why you're here.
No, I'm tripping on the conversation. I mean, at that point, you just have to remember, like what I said before. I mean, James was so painfully shy that I don't think the word conversation is not applicable. It was more like, just utterings, like one word, like grunts.
Ozzy.
One word grunts. But I could tell right away, instinctively, I could tell that this guy, there was a vibe with him, and I really connected with him and could tell that he was kind of into the same shit that I was.
Years later, when things got really bad, did you ever think of running the same ad to see if you could get somebody in there to start a band with? So where do you meet the first time? Do you go to a club or something? Where do you go to meet James?
It was down in Newport Beach at my house, actually.
At your house. He shows up, and this degenerate shows up who's shy and scary looking.
And he was with this other guy named Hugh Tanner. Yes.
Right. Did you start to think maybe this was a bad idea, inviting people into my home? I mean, he's a scary guy, isn't he?
Listen, I was 16, full of spunk, was green and ready to go. I didn't think like that. You got to understand.
And you're living with your parents, right?
Yeah.
And you're inviting strangers into the house through an ad.
Dude, I came from a year earlier. I was traveling around on public transportation systems in Denmark, going to like Deep Purple and Status Quo concerts by myself. Inviting somebody into my house didn't really seem like a
Did your dad ever say, "Hey, listen, I don't know who that guy's name is," referring to James, and say, "Listen, that's a scary motherfucker. Looks like some sort of biker. I mean, what are you inviting him into my home for? Let's go smoke some weed and talk about this, son."
He said more like, "Why don't you invite him to come sit down and have dinner with us, and we'll pat him on the back a little bit and make him feel better."
Yeah, there's a homeless mutt. So in fact, James and you have this meeting. When does he sit down with a guitar and you get on a drum kit and you start to see if this guy's even any good? And he checks you out. When does that happen?
That happened, I think, the same day. Yeah, we started playing right away. And, I had a really shitty drum kit at the time that the story that he keeps telling is every time I hit a cymbal, the cymbal stand would fall over. So,
not a good impression.
Yeah. So, but he was... You could tell he was gifted, and my drums were just fucking a complete mess, and we walked away from that meeting not feeling particularly a lot of love from each other. But
really, no handshake, like, "Hey, this is it" moment.
I went back to Europe for 6 months and did a whole bunch of stuff. When I came back to America, I called James up again 6 months later. I said, "Let's try again. Let's form a band." And he came over, and we formed a band, and that was in October of '81.
Interesting.
30 years ago.
It's like the relationship hasn't changed in all these years. It was pretty much the same as I don't know what's going on. So there was never, even as years went by, there was never a great conversation. I was talking about this about Fred. I've known Fred 30 years. I think I've said 5 words to him. There was never a great sort of sit down between you and James where you sat and like had your moment, your bro moment and bromance moment. You guys don't really communicate on that level. It's all about the music.
I mean, that's greatly exaggerated. We had.
Would you know James's favorite TV show?
He grew up on all these American television shows that I had no idea what were, but we had a lot of fun over the years. The hardest thing about me and James was whenever there were other people around, we always got weird with each other because we were always fighting for pole position. When me and him were together alone, we got on fabulously and had a great time and would go get in trouble and had all sorts of fun. But the minute we were part of a bigger thing, it got kind of weird because it was always a lot of chest beating and who was cooler and who had
Did you really think that? Did you ever think Metallica was going to be a huge band? I mean, you guys ended up selling 60-something million albums, and you made more. How many albums have you sold? I don't even know the number.
100 million?
100 million? North of 100, yeah.
North of 100 million. I mean, did you ever... Because you guys, when you started, it was like fringe kind of music. I mean, it wasn't mainstream music. Probably
Some
people...
say it still is.
But did record companies say to you, "Listen, boys, if you want to have a career, you better fucking get a little bit more commercial"? True?
No, because we came up through the independent. There was a wonderful guy out in New Jersey called Johnny Zazula who ran an independent label out there called Megaforce Records, and he was the one that gave us a record deal, so we were never part of that whole machinery type of thing. Then when we recorded our second album, Ride the Lightning, and the bigger record companies came sniffing, they knew that the only way that we would do this would be on our own terms. So we've never, ever, ever, fucking ever had anybody from the record company or anybody sitting in the studio or doing anything with us at that level.
When the money starts to roll in, and now, like you say, you go off and buy a house, and you get into art collecting, and James is doing his thing. That's what ruins things, right? Because really...
That's what can ruin things.
It can ruin it. It can make it crazy because,
that's when the gang mentality stops. That's when all of a sudden one guy moves over there and one guy moves over there, and then you start traveling different, and then you get sort of, one guy gets a pretty serious girlfriend in between albums, and all of a sudden you stop, palling around together because he'd rather be with his girlfriend, and that's...
There's no longer us against them. It's him and his girlfriend against the world.
Exactly. That's the type of stuff that happens. And listen, when you're fucking 30 years into it, I mean, you can sit and talk to whoever else has been around, like the Aerosmith guys or the Motley Crue guys or U2 or whatever. I mean, when you've been around for 30 years, obviously you're going to have your ups and downs. I think the fact that we're still here 30 years later, we're playing Yankee Stadium tomorrow.
My theory is you need one rational person in the band. You know what I mean?
Where are they going to find one of those?
Here's the scary part.
You're the rational one.
If I'm the rational one, fucking God help us all.
But you are the one. You are the one who's willing to sort of compromise, right?
That's the word on the street, is that I'm the one that is the rational one. Listen, when you're in a collective, when you're in a group, you always have to find, there has to be a give and take element to this, and you have to learn when to pick your battles, and you have to kind of function within a group setup. And I think that's why a lot of the bands that we came up with in the 80s and 90s, who were not only our peers but were friends of ours and who we loved and respected, just couldn't keep it together. You know who I'm talking about. And they just, because one guy went missing for a week, or one guy, we never had those issues where we always prioritized the group and made it happen somehow.
First time you and James get together, you jam. 6 months later, you call him and you say, hey, or he calls you, let's get the band together, blah, blah, let's get a band together. Then you find the other guys. The first gig you do, is it a disaster?
Yes, absolutely. Radio City in Anaheim, California, not the Radio City.
That's your first gig?
Across
it's
the street.
not our Radio City.
Radio City.
Radio City, Anaheim, California, a Sunday night in March 1982. There was probably about 100 people there.
Are the 100 people your friends, or are they?
They were all. Remember what I said about Dave Mustaine?
Yeah.
They were all Dave Mustaine's friends. we had no friends. It was all the Dave Mustaine fan club, and so we're playing the first song, which was "Hit the Lights," and halfway through "Hit the Lights." I've been on stage at this time 3 minutes in my life. Dave Mustaine breaks a string on his guitar, and of course at that time there's no backup guitars and there are no roadies. So Dave Mustaine, after the first song, you could hear a fucking pin drop in there, right? So Dave Mustaine has to go through the process of changing his own guitar string, and that took. I'd say 5 minutes at least. I'm sitting up there trying to hide behind the fucking drums. James doesn't know what to say. It was
because James doesn't exactly have patter he can give, right?
No, James was the singer, but the first year in Metallica, Dave Mustaine used to do all the communicating with. He used to do all the stage manner because James was so painfully shy. It wasn't until we came to Europe. About a year later, 83, 84, that the European crowds were so receptive to what we were doing that James actually got the balls to start communicating with the audience. It was all Mustaine the first couple of years.
Isn't it amazing that a shy guy, that somewhere in him, he got the balls up to go on stage? It's a pretty weird thing, right? And probably when he first started talking from the stage, he's probably grunting like Frankenstein, like angry and all this stuff. Are you excited about the gig at Yankee Stadium? Is that still a big deal for you, or are you just jaded at this point?
No, fuck no. We played one of these so-called Big Four shows out in Coachella in March, with our friends in Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, and so it was, it sold out in 5 minutes, and we wanted to do one on the East Coast, and the people that run the Yankees organization called up a couple of months ago and said, if you guys want to play anywhere in the greater New York area in 2011, come play Yankee Stadium. We're like, okay, of course.
Sure. So
we were like, well, this Big Four thing was such a success out in California. Let's do a one-off in New York. So we're not touring. It's a one-off show tomorrow. And
how many shows a year do you do now? You guys don't do that many shows.
Well,
do you?
no, it depends. If we're in a cycle, an album cycle. We do a couple of hundred. But right now we're not in an album cycle. The last album came out in 2008. We played. I think 220 shows on the back of the last album, but that ended in November.
Do you like your time off the road, or would you just rather be playing all the time?
I like the back and forth. What we do in our band now is we have a 2-week rule, which is that we don't tour for more than 2 weeks at a time. So we do everything in 2-week increments. So we don't leave home for more than 2 weeks. So you're never on the road long enough to sort of fall off the deep end, and you get a chance to go home and see the kids and take care of all the parental responsibilities.
How many kids you got now?
I got 3.
You got 3 kids? What, daughters?
No, all sons.
All sons, thank God. Because, did you ever feel guilty when you were in the days when you were banging all those chicks and getting blowjobs and shit like that? Did you ever feel guilty and go, you know what, I'm using these women? I'm
guilt
doing the right thing?
was certainly not something that entered my mind at the time at all. No,
it was all hedonism. It was all pleasure. It was all fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. And you have no regrets.
Have to think about that. No.
You don't have any regrets.
No, not about any of that
Does
stuff.
a groupie still have a chance to blow you? For the girls out there listening, you're married now, right?
Yeah, but it was just those years it was a lot of fun, but it's just not a vibe anymore. We did it.
They can't even give you a hand job. All right, the hand job is. I don't want to embarrass you. Yeah, a hand job would be okay. It's too bad. And by the way, you are a serious art collector. I read a statistic that you sold a painting. This is impressive to me, and I don't even know how you know how to buy these things. Wait, let me see if I can find it.
Well, in the movie, it was like John McEnroe taking all the credit for it, wasn't it?
I mean, John McEnroe and I share, tennis and art and music. So, but that's been a wonderful relationship. But
I wish I could find this painting you sold. I was so impressed.
Is he talking about the Basquiat?
You're talking about some of the Basquiats.
Yeah. Basquiat, who was a graffiti artist, who died of a drug overdose in 1988 when he was 27 years old. You sold in 2009 a 1982 Basquiat.
2002.
2002 you sold it for $5.5 million.
Yes.
Now, how did you know this guy was? Did you get in on this early?
No, art for me was not about getting in earlier, about money. Art was a passion. When I started, when we started making money.
You like looking at these pictures?
Yes, Howard, I like looking at these pictures.
How much did you buy that for?
I like hanging them on my walls.
How much did you buy that for?
Less than $5.5 million.
Is that a picture you bought for $50,000 or something crazy like that?
No, that would be an exaggeration of the truth. Hi, Gary.
Hey, what's up? We were looking in the notes. There's another painting. I'm not sure if it's that one or another one, but he sold for $14 million.
$14 million? Yeah. Boy, you're pretty good at this, huh?
Yeah, it's wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Mr. Fact over there.
That's right.
Mr. Facts.
Starting in the late 80s, I just just in line with what we're talking about, art became kind of the place where I would go and kind of envelop myself. I was away from Metallica. There was not the gang mentality. I could kind of be autonomous and do my own thing. So I sort of invaded the art circles and had a lot of fun in there, and still do. Got a lot of friends and.
What do you do with these paintings? You stare at them? How long do you stare at them for? Seriously,
that would be what you do with paintings. Is you stare.
You hang these in your home.
Yeah, hang them in the home and
then
stare
you look
at them.
How long do you look at them for? I mean, seriously, do you ever sit there for?
They're gonna be there.
I'm fascinated by this. Lars, do you ever sit there for like a half hour and look at them?
I would. Yes, I've done that occasionally. Of course, yeah.
And a feeling comes over you of some kind. I'm just trying to learn how to be human. Give me a lesson, will you? So you
the idea is that I was really into very abstract art, and very big paintings. So I have very big walls in my house. So I would buy these very big paintings, and I would sit and look at them, and I would kind of envelop myself in them. I would lose myself in them. I would kind of navigate through them. It's almost like an otherworldly experience. I've never done hallucinogenics in my life, and so I guess this is as close to that as.
Do you have an armed guard that lives in your house? I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, you got something $15 million on that wall there. I mean, do you ever think about some sort of alarm system at least?
I have an alarm system, yes.
You do good.
I'm sure he lives in a secure place.
Thanks for asking.
By the way, have you ever heard Jim Brewer's impression of you?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Fantastic, right?
Jim Brewer is fantastic. He's great at doing me. He's great at doing Hetfield. We're doing these 30-year anniversary concerts coming up in December, and we've actually asked Jim to MC him. So he's going to come.
Oh, great! Oh,
Jim goes. Best. Jim goes back. I started hanging out with Jim about 15 years ago, just when he was doing the Goat Boy and the whole SNL
It's
thing.
a thrill of the lifetime for him.
He's awesome. He's absolutely awesome.
Although he told me he thinks he got dumped by you, I think. Remember that story? He got dumped by Lars because Lars, like Jim wasn't enough fun for Lars. It was kind of like Lars was on some mad tear and Jim wasn't enough fun.
I think the other version of that story is that James Hetfield came in and swooped him.
Stole him away?
Me and Jim were best friends, and all of a sudden, he got introduced to James Hetfield, and I just remember standing there going like, James Hetfield and Jim Brewer ran off together in front of me. How the fuck did this happen?
You never cared about the women, but when he took Brewer, you got upset.
Took Brewer. I was like, wait a minute, that's crossing the line,
Boy,
pal.
Brewer's an easy fucking lay, isn't it? I can't believe it.
I was never part of that threesome.
Can I tell you something? I think I can get you Jim back if you really want me to intercede.
You know what? I may take you up on that. Maybe you could MC maybe the three of us could sit down and talk this through.
Well, I could talk to you all day because I'm fascinated by musicians, especially the early years. And again, I think Metallica proves the point that you have to pay your dues. There's no way around it. If you know, a lot of kids want to be musicians and be in a band and put it together in a week and suddenly have success. You guys really put it together. And I love this story of you forming the band, putting the ad in the paper, going out, doing a shitty show the first time, the string breaks, it sucks, and you didn't give up.
No, of course
A lot of people would have said, hey, fuck it. Dave Mustaine can't change a guitar string.
But
You're telling of the story of that great band. What was your band?
Well, you see, that's the problem. I was in a band.
I did not know
Electric Comic Book meant when I was young, in 6th grade, I wrote music, performed on keyboards. I changed it to Plumbers Union.
Right.
Then back to Electric Comic Book. Wow. And I said, you know what, we suck, and I stopped.
What did you play?
I played keyboard.
Original music.
You mean you've
but
never,
he also wrote the music.
You never heard the song Silver Nickels and Golden Dimes? And all you hear is Devil's Chimes?
I've been listening to your show. You know, I mean, you were on Live 105 out in the Bay Area. And then I was kind of a latecomer to the whole Scott Greenstein empire. But I have my satellite, and
Listen
to those drums.
That is not me on drums. That was Jerry Dickowitz.
Dickowitz?
Okay. That's me singing lead.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Would you have seen something if this guy had answered your ad?
Yeah, if I had answered your ad, you would have thrown up. You would have thrown me right out of the house.
Think of the possibilities.
Psychedelic beat.
Ulrich and Stern together.
Let me tell you something. Sugar Ray did a cover version of this, and it was a big hit. I got a royalty check, actually, believe it or not. Did you ever hear that?
I did not know.
He's got a whole musical history.
Do you realize if you hooked up with me, you'd still be playing tennis?
Think of the possibilities the two of us had gotten together.
My point is that it would have been great. Imagine me playing tennis. But Lars,
Maybe
really,
it's not too late.
You boys, when you go to a Metallic show like this one happening at Yankee Stadium, you're seeing years and years of perfecting an act, of perfecting this music. This doesn't happen overnight.
Well, thank you.
We're seeing a band's life's work there. Right?
Yeah, we do what we can. Yeah, it's
and it's a fantastic fucking show.
We've because we know each other so well, we haven't had a sort of revolve apart from the bass player position where we've had 3 bass players now. We haven't had a revolving door type of thing, so we know each other intuitively very well. And
listen, I watch America's Got Talent. They have this group on. They're young kids. They're not ready to be on America's Got Talent. They're not ready to be in front of America. They've got to go out and practice. Their rhythm section isn't good enough. This is what I say.
That group.
The group.
Okay.
This is my point. You got to get your shit together before you go in front of America. America's the toughest audience.
And you even have to go back to drum lessons after you put your first record out.
There you go.
And was that humiliating? I bet it was. Here you are, professional.
Me and Kirk Hammond, our other guitar player, went back, and he actually got lessons from Joe. You know Joe Satriani. Kirk took lessons from Joe Satriani, and I took lessons from his drummer. How's that for one-stop shopping?
And you know what? If you had been an egomaniac and an asshole, you wouldn't have gone and taken those drum lessons. You would have been like, I'm in a band. We're signed, man. Fuck you.
Listen, no, it went so. The first 3 years went so fast. I mean, Johnny C., God bless him, took us out to New Jersey. We made our first record up in Rochester in 1983. And before we knew what was going on, we had a record out, and we woke up one day after that first tour, and we were like, time out a second. Maybe we should actually learn how to play these instruments.
It's true. When you call Joe Satriani's drummer for drum lessons, does he say, "Hey, listen, you guys have a label deal. What are you worried about?"
They were very gracious.
They were. What does he charge you? What did he charge you for lessons?
I think the only thing that we could pay with at the time was a tuna and a can, or a hamburger helper.
He didn't charge you for the lessons.
There may have been a small monetary fee exchange, but it certainly wasn't much.
Isn't that something?
Well, we didn't have
the drummer from Metallica is handing a guy his money for his guitar.
You understand, we had no money at the time.
But you put your ego aside. I'm impressed with you.
No, of course.
That was the move. Fuck it.
No, we did. No,
Fuck it.
Listen, our
Look at me.
egos.
Fuck it.
Yeah, no, our egos were pretty in check in the '80s, and our egos are pretty in check in the '90s. Now it was the '90s when our egos ran a little rampant.
Do me a
but
favor.
that's not a bad batting average. If one of the 3 decades your ego runs rampant.
Let Richard, who's a drummer, meet you. Just let him say hello to you. He's been bugging me the whole time. Richard, come in and say hi to Lars, and
Is
don't
he out
bug
of
him.
that dress,
And don't fucking be naked either.
Oh.
No one wants to see that. All right, here he is. He's out of that dress. Go ahead. Say
dude,
what you want
got
to
your
say.
King Diamond shirt.
Yeah,
Look at you
I
go.
knew you would appreciate that.
You going to the big show?
Of course.
What are the metal bands you've been in? Tell him. He probably doesn't-
Death. I was in the band Death and Iced Earth, and
cool,
I have a
okay.
band now on Brian Slagle's label,
cool.
Charred Walls of the Damned.
Oh, I just got a text from Brian last night. He's coming.
Yeah, we were hanging last night.
Great.
Yeah, we
Are
have
you
a
gonna-
mutual friend.
Yeah,
Are you
the guy
going
that gave Metallica the reason. I'll tell you, short story here. When I came back from being in Europe in '81, and after my first meeting with James Hetfield didn't go so well, I came back, and my friend Brian, who he's referring to, was putting together a compilation of the sort of the heaviest bands in LA at the time, and he knew that I was trying to get a band together, and he said to me, kind of, I think as a joke, he said, if you ever get a band together, I'll put your song on this record. And this was 30 years ago when having a song on a record was a big deal.
Right.
And so I called up James Hetfield and I said, listen, let's give it another shot. If we write a song together and record it, my friend will put it on this compilation record. And then James came over and I kind of lured him in with that, and we recorded this song, and my friend Brian, who he's talking about, came through on his promise, and Metallica was on this, this first compilation called Metal Massacre. And that's where we made our recording debut. So it was.
There's a lot of guys who, along the way,
still indebted, to this guy Brian, and he's still a great friend of mine.
There's a lot of guys who were good to Metallica along
Absolutely.
the way. There was
Brian
a bunch
Slagle,
of assholes, and then there were a bunch of guys who you still remember and treat well.
But Brian Slagle, Johnny Z, they were the guys before. We've been with our managers and our, for 28 years now. But Brian Slagle and Johnny Z were the 2 guys that we're no longer with. But they were fantastic to us, and we're always indebted to them.
Lars, should Steven Tyler not have done American Idol? Should he have? What?
I don't.
Give me the. You see, this is you. This is how you last. You don't give an opinion. You're smart. Should Steven Tyler have done American Idol?
I'm not. I don't watch popular television. So when you sit and talk about all the shows you're talking about, I have no idea.
But Aerosmith is a legendary band, right? And their guitar player Joe Perry is very upset with Steven for doing this. He feels he should have been consulted. Would
James Hetfield wouldn't sit still.
No, I mean I can.
Oh no.
I can listen. I have an opinion of this. I can certainly relate to Joe Perry's side of this because I think that to watch somebody in your band, run off like that, and who knows what the conversations were between them. Right. I certainly don't. I don't know if you do, but I think you could argue that Aerosmith has a higher presence today because of Steven Tyler's involvement. So you sort of have to, I'm not trying to sort of sit on the fence here, but you kind of have to look at both sides of it.
But James would never tolerate you being a judge on American Idol. Is that true?
Well, 10 years past all that stuff, the low points, I mean, part of the reason Metallica functions so well today is because we've found a way to, not get in each other's shit. Right. I would never do it. James would never do it. We would not stray into these types of things. But, James, does voiceovers for our cartoon shows, and I've strayed into. I did a film with Clive Owen and Nicole Kidman a couple of months ago, so we kind of do small little things.
Do you check with him before you do a small little thing and say, "Hey, what do you think? Do you think this is Metallica, so to speak?"
Well, I don't go. Do you think it's Metallica? I go, listen. I got this opportunity to put my toe into that. I'm interested in the creative process. I'm going to give this a shot. Are you cool with that?
By the way, can Richard blow you? He's ready to come in his
I have love in my eyes.
If you can find it.
If you can find it, you can blow it.
Can I just say real quick?
Yes. Go ahead. I know you want to say. Say what you want to Lars and go ahead.
Sorry, we got sidetracked.
Say something intelligent.
Okay, I'm just. You are such a massive drumming influence on me.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
I've been practicing since Kill 'Em All, to your stuff. I learned how to play fast double bass from Dyer's Eve, and
thank you.
And just watching the one video where they shoot your legs from behind, I learned how to play heel up on the double bass, and it's just an honor to be this close to you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
It really is an honor.
Now get out of here. No, sit there. What do you think's going to happen? I'm telling you, he'll fuck you.
Oh, my God.
You're the man.
No, thank you for that. And you're coming to the big rock show tomorrow. Great.
You're going to Yankee Stadium?
Yeah.
Look at you.
I got front row tickets.
He'll be the guy wearing the diaper, so he doesn't have to leave during the song. Do you know he goes to concerts and wears a diaper, and then because he doesn't want to miss certain songs, and then he pisses in the diaper. That's the guy you just hugged.
That's fine. Listen, I've hugged worse. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay. Will you wear a diaper tonight?
Tomorrow, you mean?
I mean, tomorrow, for the big concert.
Yeah, because I'll be like, I guess the stage is in center field, so it'll be kind of far from the bathrooms.
Right.
Listen, and you know what? He won't be the only one wearing a diaper.
Why not? That's right. There's a lot of fans who are getting older.
Lots of grown men in diapers tomorrow.
Right.
And I just want to say, too, like, it's an honor to meet Lars. And Lars has had the exact opposite musical life that I have.
Right.
Because I spent, hours and hours. I lived in a storage unit for 8 years. And, when I see you and just the success that you've had, that's the reason I went into drumming. But I never got as, near anywhere near you.
He's a good drummer. He just never had any success.
He doesn't even know. Lars doesn't understand storage unit.
Yeah,
do
right.
you?
Get out of here. You're slowing down my interview. Really.
Well, I'll tell you, when we first came, when Johnny Z, God bless him, first brought us out to the East Coast, like I said, there was no money. We ended up over in Queens, in Jamaica, Queens.
With Anthrax, right?
In Jamaica, Queens, there was an old furniture warehouse.
Right.
That was no heat, there was no running water, and an old furniture warehouse that bands kind of were squatting in. And so we ended up in a room probably about a quarter of the size of the space we're in now. No heat, no water. It was in February of 1983, and we ended up in there with all our equipment, and we ended up sleeping in there and staying in there for like a couple of months.
Wow.
And the guys in Anthrax who we're playing with tomorrow, they lived in the more in the higher end part of Queens, and they were, because they were Johnny Z's buddies, and they would bring us food, and they would bring us. I remember Scott Ian.
How do you go on during those days?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever? How do you not get discouraged?
He brought us a toaster oven.
Yeah.
And that toaster oven, we would get a couple of these. Remember that chunky soup in a can?
Yeah.
We would get a couple of those. We'd take the labels off. We put the can inside the toaster oven, and then that would be our meal for the day. But why would we go on? Because we loved playing music. We loved everything that came in the wake of music.
Thank God it worked out. I mean, Richard's still in chord 18. He's not even on chord 3.
No, but getting back to the fun element part of it, even at that time when we were eating fucking
soup,
that shit,
chunky soup,
and had no money, we would go and play shows at L'Amour's, on the weekends, and play up in Port Jervis and all different places, and there would be people that would show up, girls that would show up. We would have these parties. People would invite us back to their houses. We would drink beer. We would fuck their girlfriends. I mean, it was like, even at, in 1983, it was a lot of fun.
It's a great career, right?
Yep. So you don't sit there and think about the fact that I'm eating fucking chunky soup in a can. You sit there and think about all the beers I'm drinking and all the girls I'm meeting. In 1983.
You never would want to go back to those days. But at the same point, thank God you went through them, because it makes it all so much sweeter now. Hard work for something makes it so much better, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I would even... I would say that there was, and I don't want to sound too poetic here, but there was an innocence at that time. You didn't know about all the stuff that we all know about now, so you were sort of had the blinders off.
Vision.
Yeah, and in that came a thing where you were just constantly just in the moment, enjoying yourself. You didn't have to sit down and deal with business decisions or deal with all this other crap that you deal with. You just had, it was 24/7 fun.
Right. There's sort of a romance about it.
What piece of ass are you married to now? I don't even know. I met the other wife. But
the first wife.
Remember what the first time?
You told me she was a medical doctor, and I believed you.
Yeah,
that chick.
I still remember that. But that's funny, because she had just broken up with Matt Damon at the time over at the old 92.3 studios. I came down with her, and we were sitting talking about Matt Damon. Do you remember that story?
Right.
Good Will Hunting and all that stuff. And she was sitting out in the lobby, and at 6:30 in the morning, you somehow roped her in to coming in. And I still have this vision. The room was about that big, and we were sitting there, and she was sitting at 6:30 in the morning, terrified as you were interrogating her about Matt Damon, who was just breaking at the time. That was a really funny story.
Yeah, and she was a hot piece of ass, and you married her.
Yeah, we had beautiful boys together.
3 boys, right? That's the 3 kids. And what happened? And that whole thing went to hell?
I don't know if it went to hell. But,
are you still friends with her?
Oh, yeah, she lives 5 minutes from
What
me.
happened? She was so beautiful, perfect. What the hell ended that marriage?
Well, I was gonna.
You cheated, didn't you?
I was gonna. Hang on a second.
All right.
I was gonna call her after I left here and tell her to, tell the boys that, Dad was on Howard this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't do that now.
What went wrong?
Oh man, I'm usually not particularly protective of stories. It just didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
It was a lot of fun while it lasted, but
sex got bad.
Huh?
The sex got bad.
The sex was fantastic. No, she well, I can say this. I guess she took off.
She took off?
She took off on you? She ended it?
What? How did she get out?
Does she know you're in Metallica? Someone needs to remind her.
I thought you had security in that house.
Look at me. What the fuck is this about? What do you mean she left
Maybe she
you?
didn't get that memo. You wouldn't have left me, would you?
No, he's ready to marry you right now.
No, I'll marry you.
Were you not a good husband?
Man, you're digging deep here.
Were you taking care of business? I mean, you were making love to her. You were paying attention to her. Were you doing all the right
Well,
things?
he was probably on the road a lot.
Who'd she leave you for? Ben Affleck? Who'd she leave?
Did she go back to actors after being with a musician?
Let's see, the diplomatic thing here. And you don't give a shit about diplomacy, which I love
diplomacy,
about you.
Right.
I was probably spent too much time in Metallica world. I was just lost somewhere else.
You weren't paying attention. You lost interest. You weren't paying attention at home, and things fell apart.
No, he was just doing his music.
Well, he was doing his music.
Next time I come back, I'll bring her again.
Hey, by the way, on our phone, real quick, I know it's running late, but I got to do this. There's a woman named Heather. She claims she had sex with a roadie just to meet Lars.
Really?
That's right, when she was 14 years old, right, Heather?
Oh, my God.
Heather, did you ever get to meet Lars?
Oh, God. Hi, Heather.
Heather, you there? I think she gave up on me.
No?
Nope.
Oh, we lost her?
Wait. Heather, you there?
Hello?
Hi.
I'm here. I'm here.
Did you get to meet Lars?
Oh, my God. Yes. Okay, listen. Lars didn't come backstage. It was Jason and James that night. But let me tell you really quick. July 21st, 1989, it was the Injustice for All tour, Meadowlands. Of course, I went by the tour bus, just like Lars said. I was waiting to meet the roadies and whoever else could get me backstage. I was 14. Met this roadie, Randy. Looked just like Newman from Seinfeld, but fatter and with long Jerry Garcia hair.
Yeah.
Okay?
That narrows it down to about 30 or 40.
So wait, you blew a guy to meet Lars, and you never met Lars?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you had sex with him. Well, what a shame.
Wait, it gets better. So it wasn't that night. So first I met him. I said, yeah, I want to get backstage. I'll be at the show at the Nassau Coliseum on Sunday because, I was hardcore.
Why is it so important to girls to meet a band and actually fuck a guy just to meet the band?
Just some guy.
It's crazy.
Oh, my God. I was
You really want the answer to
Yeah,
that?
what is the answer?
Just like Laura said, it was the 80s,
Yeah, but
what is the real intellectual
listen,
answer?
I don't know if this is the only answer, but I think you could argue that in a lot of the smaller, wonderful, God bless them towns in this great country, there was a kind of a status thing.
Right.
Between the locals, it's like who could get the closest to whichever rock star.
You became the contest, so to speak.
Well, if that was the best they could do, then we were glad to offer ourselves
Hey,
up.
Lars, does a drummer need to build up his body in a way? Do you have to sit there and work out and do exercises because of the physical demands of drumming?
I'm a fanatical runner. Yes, I run every day. When I came into New York City last night, by the time we'd done our press and all the stuff I was doing last night, I checked into my hotel at 1:30 in the morning. You know what I did? I went for a run in the park.
How many miles did you do?
1:30 in the morning.
7 hours ago, I went running.
How many miles do you do?
I run about 45 minutes, about 3 miles.
Ever get plantar fascia on your heel? I'm suffering from that now. I'm a runner myself. And,
I'm fanatical about running. No matter, I have to run every day.
You run through pain. You run through the weather doesn't matter.
Who are you married to now, by the way? I meant to ask you. Where'd you meet this broad?
Your lovely wife.
Where'd you meet your lovely wife?
I'm not married.
You're not married?
I've been married.
You're never going to get married again?
No, I don't think I'll ever get married.
But you have a girl you live with, this kind of thing?
I have a girl, yes.
Is she getting frustrated with you because you never get married? She wants to be married to you. She wants to be with Lars.
I believe she had even worse marriages than I did. So.
Will you knock her up? Will you knock her up?
Some would argue that I already did.
Ha.
Yes, we have a child.
Oh, you have a child together.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So you're pretty committed. All right. Listen, I could talk to you all day.
No, this is fantastic.
What am I going to do?
What about you? Don't you have anything?
I snuck in to try to meet you in Kansas City in '92.
Should have blown somebody.
Yeah, did you sleep with that same guy?
I was ready to, yeah. But no, I
the
didn't.
Seinfeld guy.
We got caught. Me and my buddy got caught and got kicked out.
What is Heather still there? Did she get?
Did she go?
I got rid of Heather.
I think there was an end to her story.
I'm sure there is, but another
because
time.
I think she's tried several days, apparently.
No, it's interesting. It's interesting. She was talking about the Meadowlands because what always happened was in New York. New York at that time was never like anywhere else in America because New York was all about you'd get 200 people from the record company and you had all so all the next level endeavors usually never took place in New York. They always took place in the Cape Girados, Missouris of the world, or Saginaw, Michigan, or all the sort of the, as we call them, the B markets. So it was interesting that Heather was referring to the Meadowlands because when I think back to the all those years, I never think the Meadowlands.
Right.
I think
you go further back.
Place in Wisconsin.
But she was saying that first there was the Meadowlands and then there was another concert at Nassau Coliseum. I think she was trying to still see you that next day.
I think she blew a lot of guys and never got to meet her hero.
She went through the entire crew.
Listen,
God bless Heather.
See Metallica as part of the Big Four concert tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium. It's going to be a great show. You'll see Richard in his diaper. He'll be pissing there.
And can I just say that I just spotted this. Richard, you have a Metallica logo on your shoe.
Ride the Lightning shoes.
Wow, look at you go, man. Fuck.
I'm not going to pull them all the way down, but
look at you go.
What is that, Metallica?
Metallica boxers.
Jesus.
No, he's hardcore. He's hardcore.
I hope you get a chunk of that. So.
He sure does.
I mean a chunk of the money, not a chunk of my boxers. But.
See Metallica as part of the Big Four concert. That's tomorrow night at Yankee Stadium. Again, I'm sure there's not that many tickets. Richard will be up front.
Maybe, I was told there was 7 tickets left up in the rafters somewhere.
Is Richard going to get to go up on stage and drum with you, Lars? Is he going to be able to do that, or is there's no chance?
I just want to watch and enjoy. And
you don't even want.
You don't want me to put you on the spot. So.
I would love. That would be the greatest honor in the world, but I don't want to put you on the spot.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll tell you what. I have the only time we had the Cult. The Cult.
Yeah, they were a good
band.
band.
Yeah. So before Matt Sorum joined Guns N' Roses, which he did in about the year after the tour that Heather was talking about, the Injustice for All tour. We had the Cult opening for us, and Matt Sorum. So Red Rocks in Denver, this famous amphitheater. There's a tunnel from the stage out to the soundboard where they have all the equipment, and so. There was a song that we used to do called Little Wing, a Hendrix cover
great song
that Kurt would play. I got Matt Sorum to go up on stage and play it for me, and I ran out to the board under the audience and saw Metallica from the soundboard for 5 minutes once. So if I get that urge again tomorrow,
he'll do it. He's good.
He won't come up.
Yeah,
Lars, he won't embarrass you.
Maybe I can run out to the midfield and see Metallica play at Yankee Stadium. That would be cool.
Lars,
but you got to have your underwear.
I will.
Lars, he'll do whatever if you want to just take his head and play drums on it tomorrow night.
Yeah, if you want to play drums on me right now.
That's right. See Metallica. Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was wrapping up. Do you have something?
Can I play a second of me drumming for him?
Where would you have that?
On GP2.
He's even had it pulled already.
This isn't about you. It's about Lars. He doesn't want to hear your fucking drumming.
He just wants you to pass judgment on him.
All right, where is it? I don't see it.
GP2.
Wait a minute. It's going to play it for us.
All right.
In gray up top.
All right, he is a good drummer.
There's a drum kit up there. Where's that?
There he is on.
Oh, there he.
yeah.
I see. Okay, here.
Yeah, but what's on GP2 is better.
Well, let him hear that.
You don't want us to play this?
Find the sound.
Look at you go, man.
Where's the sound?
Oh, well, you're everywhere. Wow.
Wow, look at you go, man.
Wow.
How come we can't hear it?
I can kind of hear it. There you go. Whoa. Okay.
Is he any good?
Yes, he's very good, yeah. I mean, I don't know what he would sound like playing behind Hetfield.
Right.
But in terms of doing his drum solo, 5.
And that's all influenced by you, Lars.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're pretty good, I got to admit. Lars
but
might almost be impressive.
I bet you took lessons, right? And you did all your rudiments and all that shit.
And like you, playing along to metal albums, playing along to Kill 'Em All and Ride the Lightning.
Very nice. All right, listen, leave
there
Lars
you go.
alone.
Now he's seen you drum.
Yeah, now he's all impressed. He's going to blow you now, okay?
Lars, it's a marathon, man. You were in there for a while.
Oh, yeah. Is he here?
Lars, may I speak to you for just a sec? So, a big theme of the interview was the early years and all the hard
early
work
years,
and,
yes,
and perseverance that led you here. Where is Metallica at today? How much more? I mean, you guys have proven everything. I mean, how much more is there?
How much more is there?
Yeah. How long do you plan?
Well, I think
on
we're
keeping
just
this
getting started.
Really?
No, this is just the first 30 years. I'd like to say we have at least 2 or 3 more 30 years left. So we're just getting going. We are here in New York right now. There may be a record deal in our imminent future. We're just breaking out of the clubs. We're playing a place tomorrow that holds 1,000, maybe 1,500. So it's looking up and up. So it looks good on the
keep
horizon.
This going, so Metallica fans can look forward to many more years of all of this. And to know that you've influenced a guy like Richard Christie, who works for Howard.
That's the icing on the cake.
But seriously, did he creep you out at all? And knowing that he's going to wear a diaper?
You can say
no, that doesn't creep me out. No, it's it really doesn't creep me out. Trust me.
I wore one for Iron Maiden
it's
too.
fine.
When I saw Iron Maiden, I wore one because
I've been changing diapers for about the better part of the last 12 years. Diapers don't.
But see, it's a
out.
compliment because, like, when I go to some concerts, there's bands where there's, a song or two where I can go use the restroom. I love every song you guys do, so there's no restroom breaks. I have to wear a diaper.
Memo to these 3 people: Metallica diapers.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hey,
he's got the Metallica shoes. He's got the Metallica underwear. Metallica diapers.
Yeah.
Jesus.
There's a market for that.
How did we fucking miss that one?
Well, thanks for stopping by, Lars.
Thank
it's great
you for having
interview.
us.
Thanks.
All right. Cool.
By the way, Sal working the board for Fred today.
Yeah.
Hello, you. Sal and Jim, some sort of combination of those two.
It takes 2 people to replace Fred.
Replace Fred, evidently. Idiot. But Fred freaked out over our win on
he was very happy.
There was a death of Fred's family. I don't know how much he wants me to get into it, so
right.
With him, you got to be careful.
Well, let him tell the story. He's just out because of a family situation.
Boy, it's weird not having Fred here. I think I like having Fred here because I don't worry when Fred is here. I don't think about that side of the room.
That's right.
Are you guys all right over there? It's amazingly quiet, too. It's weird. Sal, you under control over there?
Yeah. It's just a little overwhelming at first. There's so many sound effects, and this is a completely different system. But, yeah, we got it down. I figured less is more.
I realize I'm entrusting this to Sal, who's, I heard him on the wrap-up show yesterday. I don't know if you... Oh, you were there.
I was there.
I mean, Sal still can't comprehend what within 3 means.
That was the best. Listening to the theories that were going through his head.
You want to hear some disturbing radio. Now, I guess most people listen to the wrap-up show who are fans of this channel. But really, I mean, this is wild. I missed the wrap-up show yesterday. And Sal, what the fuck's going on with you? I mean, you did score 102 on the IQ test, which is...
Yeah, and I got an 86 on the Series 7 exam, which is a very difficult exam.
Yeah,
but you may have been answering the questions. You got the question right, but you don't know why.
Yeah, he completely... You know what it is? It's said. You're an idiot. He can't comprehend...
Is Fred here?
He can't even comprehend what was within 3.
Yeah.
The question on the Newly Weird game was, within 3, how many people will your partner say you slept with?
Right. But
it just totally, it's like Sal just doesn't get what within 3 means.
And 5 people understood it without any explanation.
Yeah, I mean, it's really sad because it's like when you interview Gary the retard, you understand the guy's born retarded, and he doesn't understand that when he goes in our green room, he's not on the moon. We told him it was the moon, and he thought it was the moon because we brought him there in a garbage pail, and he thought it was a rocket ship.
Yeah, he thought he had gone into outer space.
And quite frankly, I mean, you understand that the guy's retarded.
Can I leave now?
Yeah, but you're in a weird... Yes, you can leave. Sal's in fact, it's a weird energy with Sal in here, but it was weird. Like he doesn't understand within 3.
I do understand within 3. The thing is that within 3 people...
Well, now it's been explained to you 500 times.
Yeah, but...
Listen to him on the wrap-up show rather briefly. It's insane.
The way it was worded, within 3 immediately, the first thing that came to my mind was within 3, does that mean because we're all married, we're not going any further than 3? In other words, we're staying within 1, 2, and 3.
Wait, I still don't. Do you guys understand what that means?
No, explain that. I really don't understand. How did they get one answer?
JD says, within 3, how many women have you been with? And I'm like, within 3, like within 1 woman, 2 women, or 3 women? Within 3.
Oh, so you thought the answer could only be 1, 2, or 3?
Within 3. Right.
Okay.
1, 2, or 3.
Well,
I put out 3 wooden blocks. I go, John, pick one within this 3.
Get Gary the retard on the phone. Maybe he can help us out.
He thought 3 was the universe.
Okay, now, and I'm thinking, okay, we're all married, and I guess they say within 3 we can assume 1 because we're all married, and nobody wants to go overboard and think that, hey, wait a minute, I didn't fuck more than 3 women. So then Howard goes 30. I go 30.
So now what are you thinking?
Now I'm thinking it's like what is it called? Like increments of 3. 3, 6, 9. Yeah, multiples of 3.
Wow.
So I'm like, wait a minute now, because he said 30, but then Fred's put 50
You're
up.
putting way too much thought into it.
I know.
You're just like within 3. Now it's multiples of 3.
Well, first there's a little pressure because it's a game.
Dude, I mean, your comprehension is so low. Do you read books at all?
It's not low comprehension. I think I just
Do you ever read anything?
I do read.
Be honest.
Yeah, I just read
Does everything just seem confusing to you?
Nothing seems confusing at all.
Bullshit.
Even that wasn't confusing. It just was. It seemed more like a curveball because he didn't have the word within 3 people. So within 3, it was so vague. I didn't get it.
It was very vague.
It's almost like he could have had sex with something other than people.
Yeah.
Oh,
but I mean, how do you get through life when you don't understand within 3 how many people did you sleep with?
I don't know.
Would have been great if Sal went first and had to answer the question.
That was my thought. You know, if JD had been rotating the starters,
He might have gone first.
might have gotten that question first.
Right.
And really, we would have had a great time with
And then
the
he wouldn't have heard 30.
Yeah, he wouldn't have had any ability to jump around because he didn't hear any answers.
I got to tell you, Sal, there's a lot of times there's just certain information I don't know. You can't know everything, and it's embarrassing when you don't know it, but that's pretty wild. I feel bad for you.
Don't feel bad for me.
I kind of do.
It's just one of those odd things.
I don't know how you feed a family.
I don't think